tinfoil hat. Oh, what the are you guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
All right, guys, welcome to Tinfoil Hat live from the Wise Wolf Gold and Silver Studios. We adjacent. If you go to samtripoli.gold, use promo code tinfoil. You too can get it on the Precious Metals game for as little as $50 a month. Precious Metals sent right to your house. Very excited to have our guest on today. I've been following him for the last couple of years. He's like really pushed it in terms of trying to get out what I believe is the truth, and we're honored that he joined us here. Please welcome Dr. Bryan Ardis. How are you?
It is great to be here, Sam. How's the team? It's great to be here on your broadcast, and so excited to be with the audience today. I hope everybody's having an incredible holiday season here in 2025.
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you, my friend. So my question to you, well, we always like to start off for the listeners who may not be familiar with you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where they can find you?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm an author. I'm actually a doctor of chiropractic, an acupuncturist. I'm a nutritionist. And I was in private practice from 2004 to 2018 when I sold multiple practices in that time period and then retired. And then in 2020, February to be exact, my father-in-law walked into a hospital in Dallas, Texas, diagnosed with the flu, and over the next 11 days was killed with an ill-advised, dangerous, toxic hospital protocol. That 3 months later, I discovered a similar protocol with a similar, but more deadly toxic drug called remdesivir. Was announced by Dr. Anthony Fauci was going to be the only antiviral drug allowed to be pumped into the veins of every single American diagnosed with COVID-19 with a PCR test, when in fact I discovered that was a never FDA-approved drug to be determined safe and effective for human consumption or use. And the research studies he quoted in his 2005 declaration, this is the only drug that can be used by all medical doctors to treat COVID patients. He claimed it was proven safe and effective, the drug remdesivir, in a trial done on Ebola virus in Africa in 2019, where I can quote to you, it killed 53%, the drug did, killed 53% of all the participants, which was more than Ebola kills. And it was the only drug in the trial that killed more people than Ebola did, and the Independent Safety Board pulled remdesivir and notified the funder of the study that remdesivir was no longer allowed to be injected into these innocent people in Africa who have been told they have with the PCR test Ebola, because it killed more people than the infection does. And guess who funded that research study in Africa for a whole year? Who was notified in 2019 this drug is too deadly, too toxic in humans, it's not allowed to proceed? Dr. Anthony Fauci's department, the same guy at the NIH who proclaimed remdesivir to be the savior of all mankind in America and made this declaration in May of 2020, May 1st to be exact of 2020. He told our federal government and he told all hospitals in the nation, you can only use this one drug and one drug only that is non-FDA approved at the time, and then told our government, Sam, and team and audiences, this drug is only to be pumped into the veins of all Americans diagnosed with COVID. Do not ship this drug or export it to another country until after 2020. And if you want to know why more people died in America in 2020 than any other country in the entire world, and why to this day more people have died from COVID-19 in only the great United States of America, it's because of the actions we allowed people in our government to take to drug and poison people in hospitals who died from kidney failure that flooded their lungs with water called pulmonary edema that they were allowed to misdiagnose, cause of death being COVID pneumonia. That's what happened, and all hospitals in the country were bribed to use this one and only allowed drug anyway, which is why I produced this book called Moving Beyond the COVID-19 Lies. I don't know what you did during COVID-19, if you stayed at home and watched Hulu and Disney Plus, Netflix like the rest of everybody else, but I was in state capitol buildings every month testifying on your behalf that everything occurring in hospitals, the mandates and the lockdowns, were completely tyrannical and unnecessary to protect and preserve your lives. And the only reason why people died during COVID-19, they only died in hospitals being pumped full of remdesivir, and the average day was day 9 of treatment that everybody died. Exactly what we knew would happen from the Ebola trial.
It's absolutely insanity. And, you know, I'm sure our listeners know this because we've probably said it before, but the bad guy in Dallas Buyers Club, the movie, was Anthony Fauci. And, you know, what we've learned about these lizards is that they love to use the same game plan over and over and over again. Even when it's not working, they just keep going back to the same plan. And this is the exact same plan that they use with HIV and AIDS to use AZT to deal with HIV. And we can get into vaccines in a few, but I remember seeing, I think, one of your first big podcasts you did or YouTube shows, and you were talking about remdesivir, and that really resonated with me because I saw Trump going, I just use remdesivir. It's a great drug. Everyone should try it. It's a wonderful drug. And I was like, after I heard that, I go, wow, that's really crazy that this guy's saying this stuff. And I know you got a lot of heat from that when you came out because you were talking about what is in remdesivir, and we've had past guests, you know, refer to your findings. It just blew my mind. It just blew my mind that they were pushing this kind of toxic stuff on it. When you first blew up, you got a lot of heat. What was that like?
It was awesome. It was awesome. Holy cow, it was awesome. All right, so usually those who actually are the whistleblowers on various topics, they usually get the most pushback up front until everyone starts to look at the research and then understand that, oh my God, this actually is true. So the remdesivir hospital protocols was not the pushback, actually. And we should go back to your statement, Sam, which I love how you brought this forward for this conversation, that the same guy in Dallas Buyers Club, who was that's what it's called, right? Dallas Buyers Club? Okay. In there, who was to blame for the HIV issue was Dr. Anthony Fauci. And we should stay there because what I realized learning about the hospital protocols that were literally mandated by Dr. Anthony Fauci and got the federal government to back him in these recommendations. And then the recommendations from the same guy representing all health in America. Oh, not just health. What did he say? I am science. Okay.
Yes.
So to question Anthony Fauci is to question all science. Okay. This guy must be Notre Dame or God. I don't know. Anyway, only one guy would know all things about science. It's not him. All right. He's just a man. But what I want to bring to your attention is something I realized and I didn't know. You brought up, Sam, AZT for HIV. Let's go back 40 years from COVID-19. HIV is being blamed on monkeys and men having sex with monkeys in Africa and bringing it here.
Yes.
That's what you were all told. And then you're told that this really just spreads to the African-American community, primarily in homosexual groups. That's what you were told. So all of y'all beware. And if any of you contract any of these symptoms, you need a drug. Anthony Fauci oversaw this. You need a drug called AZT. All right. Now, fast forward. Anthony Fauci is now over what is being called a virus that came from a coughing bat in China. A bat coughed in China and made the whole world sick. Whereas in the 80s, men had sex with monkeys and got this virus called HIV and is transmitting it to the homosexuals and the African-American communities. So all of you need AZT. So it was a monkey virus that needed AZT. Now, 40 years later, Dr. Anthony Fauci, same guy, there's a bat responsible for making the whole world sick, and there is remdesivir, and COVID-19 vaccines are the cure and the antidote. So let's just stay there for a second. What do these two things have in common? I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you. Do you know what AZT is made from and what it is?
I do not. I thought it was a cancer drug, but I don't know what's made from.
AZT, go look it up, was discovered in a marine sponge in the Caribbean Ocean that contains deadly venom to all creatures. AZT is venom extracted from marine sponge in the ocean, in the Caribbean Ocean, that they are injecting into HIV positive patients and AZT, the venom of that marine sponge creature that is AZT. When you look at the signs and symptoms of venom poisoning of those marine sponges and snorkelers and scuba divers, guess what happens to them? Every AIDS descriptive sign or symptom. So the moment you start treating yourself with AZT, you start developing venom poisoning that you are being told is AIDS. It is not. It is the direct signs and symptoms of the venom of that damn marine sponge you decided to go find a cure for a monkey virus, supposedly. Now, let's go a little bit further, because this all correlates to COVID-19. He just replayed the whole thing. He took this HIV little epidemic, pandemic, you want to call it, from the 80s, and he just blew it up on the whole world and lied to all of you. Do you know what HIV has in common with COVID-19? Do you know what HIV's monkey virus has in common with the COVID-19 SARS-CoV-2 bat virus brought to you by Anthony Fauci?
Besides both being animal viruses? No.
They both came from a blamed mammal.
Yeah, poor mammal.
What do they have in common? Do you know? Do you know that both HIV, brought to you by Dr. Anthony Fauci, and SARS-CoV-2 virus have what are called spike proteins on the virus that is responsible, supposedly, for the symptoms and disease processes you call HIV infection and SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19 illness? Do you know what they both have in common? Spike proteins. Do you know what the spike protein of HIV is called?
What?
GP120. GP120. In fact, they call it HIV GP120. GP is an acronym for glycoprotein. Glyco means sugar. Sugar protein. So they say on the HIV monkey virus that only affects homosexuals and African Americans has a spike protein on it that makes everybody sick that's unique to all other viruses called GP120. On COVID's virus called SARS-CoV-2, brought to you by Anthony Fauci, he said there's 2 spike proteins on the SARS-CoV-2 virus. Okay, that's what they have in common. Now, I want to explain something to both of you, or all of you listening. Do you know what GP120 is known to medical research, science, and DNA analysis to be identical to? The spike protein of HIV responsible for making you sick that supposedly came from a monkey. Do you know what research and DNA analysis says GP120 is identical to? Anybody?
What? Anybody? Johnny? Anybody?
The only place I've heard GP1 is that Ozempic stuff sometimes where it comes up there.
That's GLP1.
Okay.
No, we don't know.
Close.
We don't know.
So everybody at home, I request you Google what is GP120 of HIV virus's spike protein. What is it identical to? Go to PubMed.gov, go look it up, type in the words HIV, GP120, and this word, bungarotoxin, BUNGAROTOXIN. Medical science is known for 40 years and publishes in research studies all over the world that the spike protein of this monkey virus, that we blamed it on a monkey, called HIV, has a spike protein on it called GP120 that, I quote, is identical to the venom of a snake in China called the Chinese crate snake, and its venom neurotoxin is called bungarotoxin, and that's what that spike protein is identical to. Now, I want to ask you, if we got HIV from a monkey, where did he get the venom protein from a Chinese snake from? Did the monkey have sex with a snake to get infected with venom proteins they called GP120? Okay, listen to me. How did the monkey virus get a snake venom, neurotoxic venom called bungarotoxin from the Chinese crate snake to be identical to the spike protein of HIV? Can you explain that to me?
I don't have the fuzzy math to do that.
Okay, good. Now, what does this have in common with COVID? Oh, do you remember the people in Wuhan, China, who got sick in the fall of 2019?
Yeah.
Several people in hospitals all over Wuhan, and they're trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with these people. They got pneumonia. What are they developing pneumonia against? Remember, they didn't call it COVID. Then they're like, what is this novel pneumonia these people have all of a sudden around the Wuhan lab? What is that? Do you know what the Chinese researchers found was the only thing their antibodies in the blood of every person in those hospitals in the fall of 2019, what they published in medical journals in January of 2020 was the only thing their antibodies were actually fighting in the people in the hospital beds in Wuhan?
I don't know. What, guys, any guess? No guess.
Y'all might even want to pull this up because CNN decided to report it January 24th, 2020. They referenced this Chinese research study that did DNA analysis on the antibodies in these sick people. They want to know what made them sick, and we know we can do DNA analysis of their antibodies to know what their body has detected is in them making them sick. Just look up the article by CNN, January 24th, 2020. CNN reports the Wuhan novel virus, its origin is two snakes' venom.
Oh, my God.
The king cobra and the Chinese crate snake, which is the same crate snake bungarotoxin venom that's found on HIV.
Oh, my God.
All right. So then Anthony Fauci now has introduced two viruses to the world and has blamed them on two mammals. But both of these mammals, viruses, have snake venom, identical snake venoms bound to them, called spike proteins. Except the SARS-CoV-2 virus has two of these venom proteins, one from the king cobra, one from bungarotoxin from the crate snake in China. Okay, so SARS-CoV-2, the bat that coughed in China must have had sex or got bit by a king cobra and a Chinese crate snake to get that venom inside the bat that he coughed on somebody within 6 feet in China and made the whole world sick. That's what they want you to believe. How do snakes' venoms keep showing up as spike proteins on HIV, SARS-CoV-2, and did you know rabies virus miraculously has the same crate snake venom spike protein as HIV called bungarotoxin from the crate snake? Did you know that?
Does that suggest that rabies is engineered as well?
And it has to be engineered. Where's this venom from snakes showing up, making everybody sick with these viral symptoms? Okay, so let's stay here. We got Anthony Fauci, who introduces a monkey virus in the 80s, calls it HIV, that has a venom protein from a snake called the crate snake. By definition, it's called bungarotoxin. Then you fast forward 40 years and he goes, oh, there's this new bat that coughed in China that actually has two spike proteins and DNA analysis in 5 different countries. I just mentioned China in January of 2020. They were the first. They were able to confirm there was 2 snakes' venoms were the origin of COVID-19's novel pneumonia. And CNN was not the only one to report it. Multiple mainstream outlets between January and April of 2020 all reported snakes were the origin of COVID. Why does the rest of the world believe it was a bat? That was never what was found. It was 2 snakes were the origin, king cobra and the crate snake. Now, that's SARS-CoV-2. Now, Anthony Fauci said with his monkey virus with crate snake venom on it, called HIV, he said the cure is venom from marine sponges in the ocean, and we're going to call that AZT.
Holy shit.
Then comes COVID, and he says, you know what? There's a bat virus. We find out it's got 2 venom proteins from 2 different snakes, and he says there's a mRNA vaccine that's going to be the savior. Do you know what's in the COVID-19 mRNA vaccines that the 2 people who invented them who just got the Nobel Prize in medicine for?
I'm going to go I'm going to go at the edge of a cliff and say that I'm going to go with venom.
Very good. Inside the COVID-19, what is called mRNA vaccines, there is no mRNA in any of those vaccines. I'm really sorry. The NIH has it on their website right now. We didn't put any mRNA in there. So stop blaming all the injuries to mRNA. It's not even in there. They tell you what they put in there. But if you go look at those who won the Nobel Prize in medicine for the COVID-19 vaccines, their name is Drew Weissman and Catalin Carrico. And they both work at Donald Trump's alum, University of Pennsylvania. And if you look at their research studies from 2009 being paid by Anthony Fauci's department at the NIH, I show you their research studies in my book. In every single research study from 2009 to 2020, when the vaccines came out, they say we are funded by the NIH to produce gene therapy injections, which is what these were. And they state in every research paper, the only way we can do what we want to RNA and DNA in a mammal is to put in the shots snake venom phosphodiesterase to damage the RNA or DNA. I quote 3 words in English: snake venom phosphodiesterase in our vaccines for COVID.
Oh my God.
So
it's
what
so
do these two
dark.
things haven't coming? We spread venom throughout the world and call it a monkey virus. We call it a bat virus. And then we're going to sell the solution, which are injections, AZT, and a drug, AZT, and these COVID-19 vaccines, and they're laced with venom also. And just so you know, the only thing that explains the blood clots they call the clot shots is snake venom phosphodiesterase. You should go look it up. There's actually companies that manufacture from rattlesnake venom, snake venom phosphodiesterase for geneticists making gene therapy injections who are called researchers for drug companies. Go look up snake venom phosphodiesterase. Just look it up. What does snake venom phosphodiesterase do in a mammal?
It clogs up your blood. It makes your blood thick.
It clots the blood rapidly.
Fast. If you get bit by a rattlesnake, you're pretty.
Yes, you are. Oh.
Yeah.
Let's just check this out. Guess this now. We've got Anthony Fauci. We've got 2 different viral problems projected on the world and vomited on all of you. And we're going to blame it on 2 animals. Okay. All right. How did the monkey, how did the bat get snake venom in their coughing sputum that went on all the rest of the world? I'd like to know. Somebody explain it to me. If it wasn't genetic engineering, if it wasn't gain of function, I don't know what it is. Come on, people. Don't fall for this anymore.
Hey, guys, real quick, I want to tell you about our good friends at Wise Wolf Gold and Silver. Listen, the boys are just crunching the numbers. And if you would have bought gold in 2020, it's gone up 3-fold. It's a great way to stabilize your money, okay? Get it out of the banks. Every day it's in the banks. It's worth less and less and less. So I just want to tell you about our good friends at Wise Wolf Gold and Silver. Let me tell you about them. If you're paying attention, you know that de-dollarization is real. Fiat is fake, and you don't want to be left holding the bag when the dollar collapses. Gold and silver has been money through all of recorded history and are an excellent way to protect yourself from inflation and geopolitical turmoil. That's why I trust my friends at Wise Wolf Gold and Silver for all things precious metal. Veteran-owned and an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. No transaction is too big or too small, and you can even roll over your 401k or IRA into physical gold and silver. And if you think you can't afford precious metals, think again. With the Wolf Pack monthly membership program, you can get gold and silver delivered directly to your door for as little as $50 a month. Wise Wolf Gold and Silver also deals in and accepts Bitcoin. So go to samtripoli.gold, promo code tinfoil at checkout to receive free constitutional silver. And remember, in the world of bulls and bears, be the wolf. Hey guys, listen, are you tired of being fleeced by your mobile provider? Are you tired of it? I'm tired of it. I'm over it. No more. I'm putting my foot down right now. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about our good friends at Mint Mobile. Let me tell you about Mint Mobile. Listen, let's face it. Most of my holiday gifts end up in a drawer or back in the back of my closet or accidentally left at my cousin's house. Not this one. Mint Mobile is offering unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month. That's their best deal of the year, aka the only holiday gift I actually use every single day.
Mint Mobile's best deal of the year is happening right now. Get 3, 6, or 12-month unlimited plans for $15 a month. All Mint plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network, and you can bring your current phone and number over to Mint. No contracts and no nonsense.
I use this, and you should use it too. This is Mint Mobile. It's got the best service nationwide. I go snowboarding, I go surfing, I go poker everywhere. It's the best service worldwide, nationwide. That's it. That's simple.
Wow, that's exciting, XG. So listen, guys, don't get them socks. Get them premium wireless for $15 a month. Shop Mint unlimited plans at mintmobile.com/tinfoil. That's mintmobile.com/tinfoil.
Limited time offer, upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required, $15 a month equivalent, taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 35 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage vary. See mintmobile.com.
All right, so the next thing is here. We'll dive into it, but the next question then lies is, did you know what the one group represented, regardless of age, gender, race, it doesn't matter. Do you know what the one demographic of people were the least infected with COVID, least hospitalized for COVID, and the least to die from COVID-19?
I'm going to go out on the ledge, which that's what I meant to say earlier. The Amish?
Nope, not the Amish.
Who was it?
Tobacco users.
Whoa. Just for that, I'm putting in some nicotine.
Yep. So smokers, it's been reported since April of 2020. It's been reported around the world that smokers, for some reason of tobacco products, appear immune to COVID-19.
No, that's
right. Weird. It's weird to everybody. Why would smokers who are putting all these deadly lung-causing cancerous chemicals in their lungs, why would they be the most immune to this respiratory deadly virus? And did you know that there were medical doctors in the University of Wisconsin's hospital in 2021? Do you know they had a smokers ward, like a whole floor, just dedicated to chronic current smokers who got COVID? Okay, they have 95 people in there. I show you the research study in my book. They had 95 smokers in there, okay, on one floor, designated only for smokers because we were being told smokers have the worst impact for COVID. No, that's not true. Science found they were the least affected. But they have these 95 people there, and they all have comorbidities of diabetes and heart disease on top of being smokers. That's why they were in there. All right, so they're in there. Not a joke. 5 of these smokers die on the remdesivir COVID hospital protocol. Check this out. I have a question for all of you, the 3 of you on the screen. Are people allowed to smoke in hospitals or in hospital rooms?
No.
Why?
Because
secondhand smoke, I would assume.
No, what's being pumped into a lot of these rooms?
Oh, oxygen, of course. Yeah.
Oxygen, yeah, that sucker would flame up. You light up a cigarette and there's oxygen cannula going in your nose.
Oh, really? Oh, I never even thought about that.
All right, so there's no way with the gases they're emitting and putting, they would never let that fly. All right, so they're not allowed to smoke in the room. These people, 5 of the 95 or 96 have died. Did you know that in 2021, in the summer of 2020, one of the medical doctors went, I've been reading these research studies all around the world that current tobacco users are the most immune to COVID, and they're giving credit to nicotine for doing it. Because these other remaining 90 people cannot smoke while in here, I would like to do something. I want to put a 21 milligram nicotine patch on every one of these obese, heart disease, diabetic, not able to smoke smokers who have COVID. Do you know what happened to the other 91 people after they put the nicotine patches on every day for 5 days only?
They got better.
100% of them went home totally well.
Oh my God.
Now, this is the next thing. Why is nicotine the number one published antidote for all long COVID symptoms? Within 3 to 6 days, you can reverse all long COVID symptoms, the majority of all of them, with just a 7 milligram nicotine patch. And why were smokers and those who dip snuff and suck on nicotine products, why were they the most immune to COVID-19? Do you want to know what is the antidote to snake venom neurotoxins that are spike proteins on rabies, HIV, and SARS-CoV-2? You know what the number one antidote in nature is to snake venom and snake bites?
What?
Tobacco.
So if I get bit by a snake, I should just hit a Zen?
I would, yeah. In fact, I'm wearing a 7 milligram nicotine patch every day. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Did you know all viruses in the world, science publishes, targets alpha-7 nicotine receptors that are on every cell of the human body?
Oh,
So
man.
if that is true, guess what big pharma, whose fifth most revenuing source of revenue product is for the whole world, guess why big pharma is now bribing 200 countries to ban access to tobacco and nicotine over the counter by the year 2030?
Why?
Because they have 10 declared next viral pandemics, and they have to control the tobacco access in order to sell you that you need another deadly, poisonous, maybe venomous vaccine for the future pandemics. And go look at Gavi right now, Bill Gates' foundation, vaccine initiative. Go look at it. They have named 10 future pandemics that are coming that all require a vaccine. And they're all viruses. The only thing they have in common is the word virus. Now, this is important. I am holding here.
Here we go. Here we go.
I'm holding some really old books. This is dated. I'll show you the copyright 1771. I will share my screen here in a minute, and I will show you what the copyright page in here, and I'll take you to the definition of the terms you need to see. This is 4 centuries ago, 1771. Just a few years before we became a country, supposedly. Here you go, 1817. I've got 1811. I have over 30 of these old Latin to English dictionaries over the last 4 centuries up until this year. In fact, I can show you some here. This is 2007, Latin to English dictionary, 1963. I just covered 4 different centuries, Latin to English dictionaries. Can you guys tell me what the purpose of a dictionary is for all of humanity?
To define words.
To define words in our language, right? All right, so these are all Latin to English dictionaries that cover 400 years till this year, 2025. I decided I wanted to look up what is a virus? Like, what is the true definition of the word virus? Because over the last 3 years, I've learned that rabies virus only has symptoms in a dog or a human that are caused by the snake venom protein called RGP on the rabies virus, which is identical to snake venom. The same snake venom, in fact, that's on HIV's virus called GP120. And then SARS-CoV-2 virus has 2 snake venoms on there, confirmed by 5 different countries' DNA labs. I don't know about y'all, but we have been conditioned to trust DNA, yes? Could you imagine right now if we found out you can't trust DNA analysis? Do you know how many men that went on the Montel Williams show back in the 90s should be pissed right now when they are not the father? Like, could you imagine finding out now that DNA analysis isn't trustworthy? Okay, we've
had people say that in the show and it involves a PCR test.
That's right. We've all been programmed to trust DNA. So all of you scientific minds, I don't know why you're not looking at the DNA analysis. 5 countries have confirmed that every COVID-19 positive patient, they took blood samples, urine samples, and fecal samples. And do you know what was the only thing in all of them that was not in the people who did not test positive for COVID?
What?
There was none of these in the negative COVID group. Only in anybody around the world who tested positive for COVID. When they took their blood, urine, and feces while sick and sent it off to a DNA lab, 5 different countries have confirmed. Only the sick people with COVID have these things in them. And on page 104 and 105 of my book, I show you their results. They didn't find 1 snake venom in all of them. They didn't find 2. They found 20 different snake venoms in every COVID-19 positive patient's blood, urine, and feces. And then on page 104 and 105, I show you the rest of their DNA results right out of their research study labs. They not only said there was 20 snake venoms in all these patients' bodies, they found 16 different marine ocean creatures' venom also in the COVID-19 positive patients' blood, urine, and feces. Just like AZT that came from a ocean-dwelling creature's venom, they found 15 different snails in the ocean's venom called cone snails, and they found a singular starfish venom in every COVID-19 positive patient's blood, urine, and feces. And not ironic to everybody, I'd like to know your reaction. Imagine this. The only starfish's venom, which lives on the ocean floor, by the way, do you think the starfish coughed so you got it inside of you? I mean, is that how it works? Did these animals cough on you on the bottom of the ocean floor? How'd you get their respiratory venom inside your body?
Yeah, that's my question. How do we initially get this in to us that we start to feel this?
Oh, well, we're going to talk about it. I'll show you. It's pretty amazing. All right, so all this venom stuff just keeps coming up. 36 different total animal venoms were confirmed by 5 different labs in 5 different countries, was found in every COVID-19 positive patient. So I decided, look, if there's rabies virus that has snake venom in common with HIV spike protein that's also identical to venom called bungarotoxin from the crate snake in China, and SARS-CoV-2, which went around the whole world, was coughed by a bat and supposedly has 2 snake venoms on it, king cobra and crate snake venom. I decided I wanted to know what is the true definition of the word virus. I have been educated on my whole life. Okay. Every year we're confronted with the influenza virus. All of us are told to get vaccines for the flu virus. We're told we need common cold viruses. So I want everybody to understand here. This is why I bought all of these Latin to English dictionaries. I wanted to know for centuries before my birth what has always been the definition of the word virus. Can I show your audience what all these dictionaries' definitions of the word virus has actually always been defined to mean?
Yes. Yes.
So this print would be really small if I held up the book and tried to show this camera. So I took pictures of the copyright page, the cover of the book, and then the definition of the word virus. For everybody listening, why did I buy Latin to English dictionaries? The word virus is not an English word. The word virus is only a Latin word. So I had to buy Latin English dictionaries. What does the word in Latin, virus, that we've all adopted now and speak all the time like we know what it is, that's a Latin word. What does it mean? So I'm going to show you what it means. Here we go. Make sure I pick the right one here. I think it's a law of gratitude. I don't want that one. I want this one. All right. So this is, do viruses exist? And I'm going to blow this up for you.
Oh, here we go. Bang, bang, pow.
We're going to blow this up for you. Do viruses exist? What is a virus? This is really just to define it. Here's examples of some of the books I bought. So these are the dates. 1771, print. 1811, print. 1817, 1834, 1880, 1907, 1910, 1955. We're going to dive in first. I'm going to show you the copyright. That is 1771. I would like you all to look at the screen.
Oh
my God.
Okay, the word virus means poison, venom.
Whoa.
All right, now that might seem weird to you, so I was like, all right, well, let's just keep going. Let's look at 1811. This is the copyright page. I'm zooming in for you. All right, what does the word virus mean in 1811? Do you see it?
Yep.
Yeah, poison venom.
Very good. Let's go to the next one. 1880. We'll go 70 years from the last one. There's the copyright date. You'll see virus there. Now, it just spread over 2 pages, so I had to zoom in there. But you will find it again. Look at the bottom in blue. You'll see poison, venom again. Now, if you want to look at any of the other parts of this definition published in 1880, just look. A stinking or rammish smell. Is that what you picture a virus to be?
No.
How about the seed or nature of animals? Did you think it meant sperm?
No.
A virus. No. A nasty taste. Is that what your definition of a word virus is? The only physical definition now is going to be poison and venom again. Then you see the term bitterness. Okay. Did y'all think that bitterness from a bat was being spread around the world? No. All right. So I just want you guys to recognize there's only one common definition that shows up in all of them. Let's go to 1959, Castle's New Latin English Dictionary. We're now in the 1900s. The word virus means a slimy liquid, slime, or it means poison, especially of snake's venom.
Whoa.
Shit.
Now, let's go to 1963, just 4 years later. Same publisher. Virus means a slimy liquid or slime, or it's poison, especially of snake's venom.
Wow.
Or any harsh taste or smell. What did you, when we said COVID-19 was a virus, did you think it was stinky? Oh, Can you smell the bat's virus cough? No, that's not what you thought. No, you've all been lied to about what the word virus is. This is 1963. That's before I was born. So let's just look at 2007. In 2007, what does the word virus mean? Oh, slimy, liquid, slime, or it means poison, especially of snake's venom.
Whoa.
This is 2007. Look at this. The word virus in this Latin English dictionary. Look at the very first word. This is 2007.
Venom.
It means venom. Okay, great. So now I just told you, go look it up. The rabies virus has venom. The HIV virus has venom. And COVID-19 has venom on it. All right, well, if all the symptoms are being created by these spike proteins, they're calling spike proteins. I just want y'all to know something. The venom in snakes is called venom proteins. The word spike protein is a cover for the word snake protein. I'm convinced they've been using venom all over the world to make you sick. So here we go. I just told you the word virus in all of these books. Latin English dictionary, the word virus is a Latin word. So then on the second half of all of these really old books and dictionaries and current, there is a second section, you guys, that is English words translated into Latin. So I wanted to know, what does the English word venom that we use, venom, in scorpions, spiders, snakes, the word venom we use in English for 4 centuries, what does it translate into? In Latin, the word venom. We all know what venom is. Check this out. And every year, the English word venom translates to the word virus.
Whoa.
Those who can't change their minds can't change anything. And there's a lot of people out there that want to behold to the viruses exist thing and we need vaccines for them. No. You are singularly being poisoned. And it is specifically poisons isolated from snake's venom. So then the next question goes like this. You should be asking yourself, if it's true or plausible that the word virus simply means poison or venom, how did they get this venom of a snake or multiple snakes around the world to create mandates, lockdowns, and requirements for a shot to have your freedoms back? Then my next question for all of you is, how do they create an annual virus season called the flu season every year?
By getting everybody to take the vaccine.
The vaccines by far would be the most plausible way you can inject poisons or venoms into people to create the illusion of a spreading infection. No, that is not true. You just need to ask yourself if this is true. Now, what's interesting is I encourage all of you to go to the Cleveland Clinic's website, the Mayo Clinic, all these reputable healthcare websites, CDC, FDA, and go look up what their definitions of the word virus is. And none of them match the actual definition, true, published, preserved in our language definitions of the word virus. You have all been lied to. We've all been lied to. So then my next question for you, Sam, in the group. When people say viruses don't exist, the word virus throughout 4 centuries has one singular definition. It's either a poison or it's a poison isolated from venom. So I'd like to ask you, do poisons exist, team?
Yes.
Yes. Do venoms exist?
Yes.
So in the definition, the true definition of the word virus, do viruses exist?
Yes.
Yes. Viruses are poisons or they
interesting. Yes. Do viruses exist? Yes. They are venom
obviously exist. It just means a poison or a venom, particularly snake's venom. And do those exist? Oh, yeah. So any poison, any venom would be considered a virus.
What would you say when people say, like, I got a stomach virus?
Did they?
I mean, yeah, maybe they're maybe.
Well, those, I mean, even modern science would say mostly those are bacterial, even according to mainstream science.
Amen.
Right.
So food poisoning, it's going to be rancid food, bacteria typically that's creating their symptoms, and very often they will be told it is a virus. Yes. So was that informative? Did that
yes.
Did you learn anything?
Well, I'll ask you. I have a question.
Hold on. Johnny's the resident. Johnny is our resident.
No. I mean, okay, but Latin is a dead language, right? So why would I wouldn't expect?
No. Please don't say that. There's
I wouldn't expect have any. I would love to know if any of the words have changed from then to now.
This is a very good
going
point,
Latin
Johnny.
to English.
Yeah, this is a very good point, Johnny. Latin is not dead. There's actually only one industry in the whole world that is they actually say it, who is beholden to Latin. Do you know what industry it is?
It's the medical industry, of course.
It's the medical industry. You don't hear a single term about what's in your body that's not Latin. It's all Latin. They have preserved the Latin language for themselves to make them look superior to you.
Right, but it is an extinct language. There are no native speakers of Latin in the world.
Exactly right. That's the only reason why they have preserved it for their industry, because they know you don't know what they mean. So, for example, you walk into your medical doctor, check this out. You go like this, "Hey, doc, my joint hurts. This joint hurts." And your doctor's going to go, "Great. Does it hurt as you use it more, or as you use it, does it feel better?" And based on your response, they're going to go, "Okay, great." And then they're going to go, "Hey, we need to do blood work. We need to do an x-ray or CT scan. And then we want you to come back, Mary, and we're going to tell you what's wrong with you." The doctor already knows what's wrong with you. He's just waiting to hear what you're going to say. And based on your response, if does it get better when you use it or does it get worse when you use it, is the answer of your diagnosis. Not from the blood work,
Right.
not from the CT scan, not from the x-ray. He already knows what's wrong with you based on your response. So when you say my joint hurts and you say it gets better as I use it, do you know what that condition is?
No.
Osteoarthritis. If you use it and it gets worse, it's called rheumatoid arthritis. In either case, you will be told that you have arthritis, Mary.
Hey guys, are you sitting on one of these? Look at this. This hurts your butt. It's so big. People ask me, why do I have a flat ass? It's this giant wallet. That's how. Look at this thing. It's wreaking havoc on my back end. You know it's not? Ridge wallet. Look at that. Look at this.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's
Johnny,
nice.
look how thin that is.
That's like the James Bond wallet. That's what James Bond
that's
carried.
it, dude. I could go through and just like bang, bang, pow with this thing. You already heard about Ridge Wallet and their slim designs, okay? It's a slim, modern wallet made for a man who gets some all the time. Business is popping. Ladies love them. That's who gets a Ridge Wallet. Do you want to have a successful business? You want to get ladies? Get a wallet that shows you're kicking butt, okay? Ridge Wallet. It is so good. And guess what? It's the Ridge 2.0, okay? It's a refined version of the old Ridge Wallet, which was awesome. This one's even better, okay? It's made with premium materials like aluminum, titanium, carbon fibers. Ridge Wallet, okay? Holds up to 12 cards plus cash. It's the best. All right. And you can get it all sorts of colors too. Over 50 colors. Every football team, every Major League Baseball team, every college team. Perfect for the holiday gifting. Look how this. People go, "Oh, you got me time to open it." Oh my God. It's amazing. That's what it's going to be. And guess what? It has a lifetime warranty. And guess what? It has RFID blocking technology. Try to get this, you hackers. You can't do it. Okay. And guess what, guys? It's not just wallets that they're changing the game. No, Ridge isn't just about wallets. They have premium everyday carry essentials like key cases, suitcases, and their game-changing power banks, all built the same sleek, durable design, okay? You'll find the perfect gift for your Christmas wish list or even after Christmas. You're going to have cash. You're going to be a guy on the go, not just for the holidays. 365-247. That's how we do it. So listen, you might lose your wallet too. Yeah, you could lose your wallet. Guess what? The Ridge Tracker card, okay, you'll always know exactly where it is before panic kicks in. Perfect peace of mind, all right? Perfect peace of mind for a guy on the go. For a limited time, Ridge is having their huge holiday sale. Head to RIDGE.com to get up. Wait to hear this number, guys. To get up to 47% off your order. Come on! We're just giving it away at this point. They must be going insane, okay?
Yeah.
This is by far the biggest discount they've ever given all year. All year. That's Ridge, RIDGE.com for up to 47% off your order during their biggest sale of the year. After your purchase, they'll ask, where you heard about them? Please tell them tinfoil hats for the children, okay? Tinfoil hats for the people, all right? Let them know tinfoil hat sent you, and we thank them for sponsoring the show.
All right. Do you know what the word arthritis means?
No.
In Latin. It's only a Latin word. It has two parts, the prefix, the suffix. You've got arthra, which means joint in Latin. But you already told them your joint hurts. They already know it's a joint problem. Then you said it hurts. The word for pain and inflammation is itis. So that's the arthritis. So you're going to come back and they're going to go, "Oh, Mary, you have arthritis." And you're going to think they were geniuses. They just repeated back to you everything you just described.
Holy shit.
Based on your answer of does it feel better or worse, they're going to throw osteo or rheumatoid on top of it. So it makes them look brilliant and giving you that when in fact they could have just diagnosed you with joint pain, which is what you said, but it doesn't sound as good. And you can't bill. You can't bill for just joint pain. You have to actually write out a ICD-9 code or ICD-10 code now. This is their diagnosis. So they are beholden to Latin, and there's a lot of scientists around the world who are begging the medical profession to change that, to go into your own languages and stop beholden to Latin. It is
and John,
the rest of us.
Johnny, and the reason it's important is because it lets us know what they thought in the past. I don't think it matters if it's dead or not. It means this is what they believed when they used that language.
Right. Why would that? I don't understand why that would change.
Well, because it's kind of like when we talked about.
It's like if you were studying ancient Assyrian or whatever. Like, why would you expect for the Assyrian word for ox?
Let's just say, and this is just a topic. Let's just say they talked about dragons, right? I mean, I'm just bringing something up. I'm not trying to make a statement right now, but we call them dinosaurs now, right? Like that might mean that what the people experienced them at the time. I'm not saying people around during dinosaurs, and I'm not even getting into that subject, but that's what they experienced at the time. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give an example here with my, with my limited vocabulary, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like the people who treated this stuff back in the day, this is what they called it.
I understand why it's relevant that it is that in the dictionary. I just don't. The point of saying that it hasn't changed over the centuries, I think, is possibly less relevant. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that language hasn't been actively spoken by anyone in so long. Do you get what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I just don't think I don't agree with it.
I mean, they didn't at that time. They had no conception of anything called,
Well, that's what you believe.
Particle.
That's what you've been taught to believe, that they were just monkeys.
Well, they didn't know about, I mean, we know from everything they wrote that they didn't have any conception of microbes. I mean, if at the time, there were some edge thinkers that possibly had some theories, but
I'm absolutely certain, and all of us could talk to nauseam. None of us created these pandemics or these viral outbreaks. I mean, we're not in charge of that. We didn't create it.
No, and you understand my question is very narrow. It's not. I think Sam has kind of expanded it to be that I don't think the definition is relevant. I think the definition is certainly relevant, and that's that's incredibly interesting. It's just the fact that the idea that it is relevant, particularly that it hasn't changed when it is a stable.
Well, Johnny, the reason it's relevant is because what they've changed it into has what Monica Perez calls the high priest of the microscopes, who are the only ones who get to see these things, and they're telling us it's this foreign invader, right? And this is what it is. When in the past they had the word and they said it was poison,
right? But now, wouldn't that almost be more interesting if they changed it to mean what the modern definition in the Latin?
No, because it would be if it didn't come with trillions of dollars of money that they make off and poisoning us, and also trying to take away our civil liberties. Like that's the problem.
Right,
you're like, okay, bono, like who benefits? That's the question you got to ask by changing the definition of the term.
And also, if it's true, right? So I just gave you examples, and I can show you the research. I can show you where every spike protein on these random viruses you think are just spread by animals to other people, they only have one thing in common. They have these proteins on them that make them unique to other viruses, and they're all snake venoms. So I'd like to know, did any of you know this? Science knows this. How come they haven't told you this? Is this odd to you? The next question should be, for all of you, have you ever been around somebody who was stung by a scorpion, bit by a spider, bit by a snake, and did you worry about getting close to them because you thought they were contagious?
Yeah,
certainly not. No.
Yeah.
If they got bit by fire ants, would you go, oh, I don't want to touch you. I don't want you to shed your venom on me, your virus. No.
Yeah.
So how do they continue to produce something that appears to be infectious and contagious to other people and call it a virus, if it's really a poison or a venom? And it is found on every one of these viruses. How do they do this? If that's not how venom operates or poisons operate, how do we spread it to each other? This is very important, because to me, this is what you're being sold, that all of you are contagious, got to wear a mask, stand 6 feet apart, don't get involved, get vaccinated. What If venom doesn't operate that way and poisons do not operate that way, if my kid drank Clorox bleach, I would not step away and go call 911 and go, you know what, I'm not going to help him get it out. I might get Clorox in me. No, that's not how poisons work. So how do they create this? And is it truly the definition the Mayo Clinic and the CDC want to give you? Which I'll tell you what they say. It's an RNA or DNA molecule, a piece of protein that can get inside your cells and replicate.
Yes, dude. Yes. Yes.
That's their definition. Okay, great. My question for you is this. If Clorox gets inside your cells, which is a poison, does your body replicate it in your cells? What about fluoride in your water or toothpaste? Does it replicate in your body, in yourself? No, it doesn't at all. That's not how poisons work. And if that's the definition of virus, great. Does venom do that?
Nope. Does it? I don't know. Does it replicate?
This is awesome. I love these conversations. Seriously, does it? I can't imagine that your human body would absorb venom and start making more of it. That's just
I want to say no, but I thought that was a trick question.
No, it's not trick. However, this is very important. The illusion of shedding contagions when it comes to viruses. This is very important. Have you heard about the worry about shedding from those who received COVID-19 vaccines to people who did not get COVID-19 vaccines? Like they are shedding or making their symptoms that are making them sick. It could be projecting onto them, something they injected inside of them. This is very, very important. I just said, can your body make venom? Like, is your body designed to do that? No. However, do you know that they can make bacteria and fungi called Candida, the fungus or yeast, and brewer's yeast, which is a fungus. And did you know they can make E. coli bacteria and Enterobacter bacteria produce forever tons and tons of snake venom?
What?
Did you know that?
I did not know that. Bacteria can create.
They use bacteria called E. coli and Enterobacter and fungi, including Candida and brewer's yeast, to manufacture almost any protein on Earth. And as of right now, there's over 4,000 cataloged venoms being put in groups and buildings all over the world that are being produced by bacteria alone called E. coli. And they say whether the bacteria makes it or the fungi makes it, or if the snake makes it, it is just as biologically deadly as if it came from the snake or the scorpion or the spider. And did you know they have volumes, tons of venom being made all around the world, being put into barrels that are being introduced into 3 main industries right now. Did you know this is a $1 trillion industry, by the way? Making venoms from snakes, scorpions, spiders, wasps, bees, and cone snails. Did you know that? In the ocean? And do you know it's being put into drugs and vaccines all over the world?
Yep.
Did you know it's being put in cosmetics all over the world?
Damn.
Did you know it's being put in your food all over the world?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Well, I assumed how much poison's in our food.
I call it the venom industrial complex. And just so you know, when I truly, it wasn't me. I know God inspired me to go look at this. But once I started putting together the pieces of this venomous, secretive, venomous $1 trillion industry none of us knew about. I mean, none of us knew about it until I went nuts into the media and made sure everybody could see everything I'm seeing. I did not know there was a $1 trillion industry lacing our vaccines, our cosmetics, and then genetically modifying our seeds to make crops we eat right now for decades, including cucumbers, lettuce, watermelon, stevia, that the seeds are genetically engineered to produce snake venom in every single cell of that plant, the bark, the roots, the leaves, and into the vegetable or fruit. And they write in their patents and in their research studies that all of the world is benefiting from creating genetically modified venom-laced plants because they don't need to spray pesticides on them, because when the pests eat the leaf, eat the bark, eat the fruit, they will die from the venom inside.
Oh my God.
Okay, well, I have a question for you. What happens when you eat it as a human?
Yeah. Little by little, though, they're going to say it's not, it's like micro, but after a while, it's going to affect you.
Yeah, it's going to get us sick and not kill us, and eventually kill us.
And if that is true, and if all the world is benefiting from it, I would like to know why you have never been told this is what they're doing to your food supply.
Dude, this is insane.
In fact, I can show you all the companies. that actually own the patents on all those foods. Do you know what one company owns the majority of all patented crop seeds that are infused genetically to produce venom throughout the plant? Monsanto.
Oh my! They just get more and more evil.
Yes, they do. Okay, so let me give you an example. Stay right there. Don't move. Do not move.
I'm trying not to.
Me. I said cosmetics. This a audience member bought online on Facebook. It's actually an anti-wrinkle cream from a company called EEL Ho, H-O-E, Eel Ho. On the front, it reads, this is an anti-wrinkle cream. This is cosmetic. It reads in English, conopeptide essence, 84%. This is cone snail venom, the same venom found in every COVID-19 patient. They're selling you in a cosmetic topical to reverse wrinkles. You want to know why? Do you want to know why? Cone snail venom paralyzes nerves. That's what it does. It's called a neurotoxin. So if you paralyze the nerves in your face like Botox, did y'all know Botox is venom?
All of it. Yep.
You do? Do you know that botulinum is a bacteria that produces the venom called Botox? It's a venom from a bacteria. Bacteria produce venom, and they're using bacteria all over the world to produce it. All right, so that's just one example of venoms being put in your cosmetics, just so you know. Oh, and then here you go. Nicole Kidman is being paid to be a celebrity endorser for this new high-end Vegamore brand of shampoos and conditioners.
Oh, it's vegan, though. It's vegan.
If you turn it around, you will actually read in the ingredient deck that this contains spider venom. I'm not joking. Spider venom peptides and wasp venom peptides. Okay, well, you should probably read the fine print. Do you know what spider venom does if it gets absorbed through your hair follicles into your bloodstream? And did you ask your cosmetologist if venom was right for you? I mean, did you ask them? Did you know it was in there? Did you know that's what you were getting? Anyway, it's amazing. There's a company called Venom Tech, and they're out of London. And they're one of the biggest suppliers for the cosmetic industry, the agricultural industry, and the drug and vaccine industry, making venoms, they tell you, from lizards, snakes, spiders, scorpions, and they're all used for drugs, vaccine manufacturing, vaccines included, cosmetics, and agriculture. They tell you on their website this is what they do. So let me give you an example of a fallout of you injecting something inside of you voluntarily that is actually venom and not a drug. Have you heard about the $2 billion lawsuit to Ozempic?
No. Well, yeah, I have actually. Yes.
Do you not guys know what Ozempic is?
Yes.
Okay, so Ozempic and Wegovy are the same drug from the same manufacturer from Denmark called Novo Nordisk. And if you don't think they're putting venom in syringes and you're voluntarily doing this and they're not telling you, they call this drug Ozempic and Wegovy, they call them GLP-1 drugs. You referenced that earlier. GLP-1 drugs. Now, GLP-1 is a hormone the human body makes. Okay, there is no GLP-1 in any Ozempic or Wegovy syringes. It doesn't exist in there. So why do they call it GLP-1 drugs? It stimulates your body to make more GLP-1 hormone. Okay, so what are they using to make your body stimulate GLP-1 hormone?
I don't know, but it freezes your stomach, doesn't it? Which means it could collect sounds like something some venom would do.
It is actually the venom from a lizard that lives in the southwestern deserts of the United States.
Oh my God.
And the venom of that creature, the creature is called the Gila monster lizard. And it's venom protein that is inside Ozempic and Wegovy, which now that people are injecting themselves voluntarily every week with, people are waking up going blind, being diagnosed with medullary thyroid cancers and breast cancers. Their stomachs are being paralyzed. Some people are having strokes, heart attacks, embolisms. I had a friend of mine who decided to go do that GLP-1 drug called Majorna. She's 30-something years old, just had a stroke while on this GLP-1 venom drug. All right, these are the side effects of venom. The venom protein from the Gila monster lizard is called Exendin-4. Look it up, EXENDIN-4. That is what is in Ozempic and Wegovy, not GLP-1. EXENDIN-4. Just Google it. What is Exendin-4? It is a venom protein from the Gila monster lizard, and they have been manufacturing this venom protein since 1956. I have the medical textbooks where they started manufacturing this venom.
Oh my.
So if you are fat, if you are overweight, if you are diabetic, or you have heart disease, that is what Ozempic, Wegovy, Byetta, Majorna, Zepbound, Trulicity, these are all the same drugs. They're telling you you need this in your body to reverse those conditions. So I'd like to ask you, do you believe you're fat, diabetic, can't control your blood sugar, you have heart disease because you're Gila monster lizard deficient? Do you believe that? Do you believe that?
No.
I mean, I'm serious. Any of you look up right now, look up Business Insider, type in Google, Business Insider. And I'm serious, y'all should throw it up on the screen. Business Insider, those two different words, Ozempic, Ozempic, Gila monster lizard venom, and click enter, and please open the article and show the world this forked lizard that they show you is the source of Ozempic's ingredients. Y'all should all be disgusted.
I'm already.
Look, we wouldn't have Ozempic without Gila monsters. Their hunger regulating venom inspired these weight loss drugs.
Whoa!
Are you deficient in that guy's venom? Are you?
Oh my God, they're poisoning you so you don't eat.
This is a massive industry. And if you go in here, you'll read in here that this in the human being, they call this hormone GLP-1 that is released by that venom. Now go through this. You're going to see the list of all the horrible side effects of Ozempic. This is Exendin-4. It's a venom protein. They're using venoms all over the world. I had no idea this was a thing, but oh my God, they're using it to make viruses genetically and engineering them. They're using it to produce drugs, cosmetics, you name it. It's really quite disgusting. Anyway, ask your doctor if Gila monster venom is right for you.
Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. So, a big part of the...
You guys
go
have
on.
fun here? Stay here.
Yeah.
Keep talking. I'm listening.
Okay. So a big part of the whole equation is this PCR test. We've had guests on before talking about how DNA is done through PCR, all that stuff. The AIDS test is done through PCR. We've had guests come on talk about how absolutely ridiculous it is. They had the Cox postulates for to prove a virus. It's never been done. Then they came up with something other, and I don't know the name of it. I know it starts with Rivers requirements or something like that, which allowed them some wiggle room to say viruses exist, or viruses as we understand it. What was it? I looked it up. An infectious protein agent, right? So that's what they're telling us it is. Your thoughts on Kerry Mullis and the PCR test? Because I felt towards the end, based on all these videos I watched of him, he seemed very tormented. I think there was a part of him that realized that maybe he had created a monster. I just got that based on his interviews. He can't look at anybody. He's talking like this. He's like looking like he's gacked out of his mind. Any thoughts on any of that?
Yeah, Kerry Mullins is the one that invented PCR test, and him and Anthony Fauci actually were in a huge disagreement for decades. Anthony Fauci, leading up to the COVID-19 pandemic, would claim that PCR test could accurately determine a viral respiratory infection, and he kept saying it does. Well, Kerry Mullins won the actual Nobel Prize for inventing PCR test, and to the day he died, which just happened to be right before COVID-19 was launched in August or July of 2019, he mysteriously dies. And that PCR test lie continues. But he actually states over and over and over, my PCR test that I invented does not diagnose viral infections. It can't. That's not what it's designed to do. So, yes, it was actually a complete fraudulent claim made by others, not the inventor. So, it's pretty sad.
But my question to you is, if it doesn't do that, what was the purpose of the test? And second, is there any chance, because we just start seeing who's getting these Nobel Peace Prizes, and it seems to be more and more diabolical by every nomination. Is there a chance he gets this because he gives them the keys to the $1 trillion industry that allows them to use this test to push this narrative across? And he somewhat came to understanding that, or maybe it was just the manipulation of his test to be used as a way to get to what they want. What are your thoughts on any of that?
So the PCR test is really to amplify a small little sample, like picture a peptide, a little piece of a protein. It's to amplify, multiply it into multiple pieces so you can actually finally see it and quantify what it is. It's just to amplify it. And Kerry Mullen said you can't do this more than like 22 cycles, but everybody was told go into the 40s, 50s to get a positive PCR test. And Kerry Mullen said, no, you cannot do that. You're going to get false positives all over the world. You can't just do that. You have these limits of cycles you can use. So when you're asking me, I'm going to give my honest opinion. This is just an opinion, but I've talked on it many, many, many times. Have any of you ever heard of a PCR test before COVID-19?
No.
Have you ever had a swab up your nose and down your throat to confirm a viral infection of any kind in your whole life?
No.
No. Okay, so this was all brand new related to COVID-19. Now, as I determine and find out all these news articles about venom and COVID and 2 snakes being responsible in China, and then 5 different countries confirming venom, this is what I believe. This is my opinion. But I can back it up all day long. This is my opinion. For 25 years, 30 years before the pandemic of COVID-19, I can show you the number one used technology to confirm the presence and the amount of snake venom in all snake venom research. Do you want to know what that one test is?
What was that?
Guess?
PCR
PCR test.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It is the number one single most trusted test to confirm the present and amount of venom proteins in mammals. And then it was forced down every medical doctor's throat that they had to do this new test they've never used before to confirm COVID-19.
Is that what he created it for? What's the test? Animal
PCR test?
venom? Yeah.
Okay, so what was the goal of COVID-19? Does anybody have their opinions of what they believe the actual purpose of?
I mean, if you're asking me on a conspiracy theorist podcast of 9 years, was to create a global pandemic in which they could vaccinate everybody and then basically lock us down in this new kind of reality they wanted.
Very good. Anybody else got any opinions of why COVID-19 was orchestrated?
XG, I want to hear your thoughts. This should be fun.
Depopulate the world slowly somehow. It's the same theory in a way, but slowly. People can't repopulate. Young kids dying, all that stuff.
XG hitting half quarters.
How about you, Johnny? What do you believe? What's your opinion? Why COVID-19 was so essential to introduce on the planet?
I think it's likely to as a mechanism of control, and probably we talked about this earlier, but we suspect that it's likely a trial run of sorts for some future pandemic orchestrated event that and it's kind of laying the groundwork for that.
Oh, man, I think he hit that right on, too, about this being a precursor to future events. Like, this is a trial run. Let's just see how this goes. If we try to force the whole world to do this, we tried to force specific groups of people in the 80s to be afraid of HIV. Yep. Just groups, small groups. What happens when we go global? And let's just say it affects everybody. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see how many people fall for this. All right. Now, I've actually done many presentations here and testified in many state capitol buildings to elected officials, state reps throughout all of COVID-19. And to speak to you, is it XG?
Yeah.
Yes, Xavier Guerrero.
Yeah.
You said depopulation. When I would go into state capitol buildings during COVID, all over the place, it was me, Dr. Peter McCullough, the cardiologist, Thomas Wren's attorney, Steve Kirsch, others were all sitting there in state capitol buildings with as many state reps that would come in and listen to us testify. The thing that bothered them the most was when I would show, everybody listen to me, when I ask you what's the goal of COVID-19, XG, you hit the depopulation button, which I found shockingly was what the state reps would say when I would ask them. When they would look at me and go, well, Dr. Ardis, why do you think they're doing this? I'd go, no, I need you to tell me why you think they're doing this. Now that I've presented all this information. And they would actually say, it sounds like murder for profit scheme. I'd go, how does it read any other way? And the reason for that is this. They came to that conclusion. It sounds like murder for profit scheme. Yes, let me explain to you. We were all told in the United States of America that every doctor treating a COVID-19 hospitalized patient had only one choice of a drug to inject into them for 10 days. And that one and only drug was called remdesivir. And if any doctor gave any other antiviral drug, they would get fired from the hospital or lose their rights and lose their job. They had to give remdesivir. They only had one drug they could use. That was it. I would like to ask the three of you on the screen and all of you at home watching, can you explain to me? All the state reps couldn't explain it either. All the elected officials couldn't explain this either. Why did Medicare have on their website and push out notifications to every hospital in America, CMS.gov, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services? Why did CMS.gov have a notification to every hospital throughout the pandemic starting in May of 2020 that if you just inject every Medicare-aged individual, 60 years old or older, who test positive for COVID, if you will just give them 10 days of remdesivir. Remember, it's the only drug they're allowed to give anyway. If you just give it to them, those older than 60 or in Medicare age, on Medicare, if you will give them 10 days of remdesivir, Medicare said the whole time, even today, I think, still on their website, if you'll just give Medicare-aged patients 10 days of this deadly drug that killed 53% of all people in the Ebola trial, we will give you, for using the only drug you're allowed to, we will give you a 20% add-on bonus to the entire hospital stay for COVID if you will just give the elderly 10 days of remdesivir like you're told to. And when I would show the documents from their website and their emails and their articles and show the state reps, they'd go like this, wait, I don't understand, Dr. Peter McCullough, the cardiologist. Why would the hospitals do this? And Peter McCullough would look at me and go, that's not a question for me. That's for Dr. Ardis. And then I'd look at them and I'd go like this, oh, no, this isn't for me. I'm going to ask you, state rep, who was elected into this position to protect the interest of the people in your state. Why would Medicare be bribing your hospitals to use the one and only drug that they're allowed to use anyway with a 20% add-on bonus to only give it to the elderly? And that's when they would say, this sounds like a murder for profit scenario. It is. How can you read it any other way? XG, you were right. Now, the White House.
XG.
Applause, yeah. Now, XG, now I have to say, this is what I would also say to the state reps and all of you listening at home. I am right now only 49 years old. So during COVID, it started at 45 years old for me, 44, when I was in all these Capitol buildings. And I would tell everybody, look, I'm younger than all of you. I've only been an adult for 25 years. But in those 25 years, I have heard non-stop media vomiting that the baby boomer age group of people, when they come to Medicare age and Social Security age, there's so many of them, they're going to bankrupt those two institutions.
Holy shit.
And I'd go, this to me reads like a cull the herd call of action so that we don't have to pay out for decades to these people. So if we'll just pay you a few $100,000 now to end their lives, we can save all kinds of money in our bank accounts. That's exactly how this reads to me. It might read different for you. So let's go to the White House. I asked y'all, what do y'all think the agenda of COVID-19 was? XG, I think you're right. The second, though, is what they published. So if you go to the White House has their press releases. And in 2020, they said the agenda, I'm not joking, it says COVID-19 pandemic agenda. In 2020, the White House produced an agenda. They said the agenda of COVID-19 is an injection of a vaccine in every arm in America. So, Sammy, you were right. A vaccine in every arm. That was the goal. That was the total goal. All right. Great. All right. So if there's 10 more pandemics coming and they're all viral, and this was an experiment, like Johnny says, this was a trial run to see how this goes. Were you a sucker who said, you know what? I want those free donuts at Krispy Kreme to get my COVID-19
I want those fries.
I want that Big Mac burger. I want those. Maybe I'll be the one that wins United Airlines free flights for a year. Maybe I'll be given mortgage forgiveness. Were you in Ohio when the governor of Ohio offered lottery tickets to you to come get this COVID-19 vaccine?
So crazy, dude.
Did you fall for we will give you some student loan forgiveness if you come and get this shot? I just told you the two people that got that Nobel Prize in Medicine for those shots admitted in every one of their research studies. I show you in my book their research. Snake venom phosphodiesterases in every one of them. Okay, well, as long as you get these shots, how can you not see it as depopulation? How can you not see it as creating infertility? How can you not create miscarriages? This is what the impact of introducing poisons into the human body is. And it created a massive profit for a lot of very specific individuals. I find it shocking that while many of us who are sole proprietors, who are living the American dream and have our own businesses, you were told you couldn't open your doors unless you took a drug. And you were all told since 1776, in the first articles of the Constitution, you're told you have the freedom of religion to worship freely as you choose. And that only stopped in 2020 when your government, our administrators said you can't go to church, you can't sing hymns, you can't do that. No, that freedom's taken away from you. Until you can prove to our state and elected officials, show them you consumed one industry's product. Okay, everybody, I'm really sorry. And then when you didn't do it and you're like, wait, are these proven? I don't even know what mRNA is. What is this? And I haven't gotten sick. I smoke all day long. I'm not sick. Why do I need a vaccine? They had to then start bribing you. They first tried to lock you down from doing holidays with family, getting on an airplane, going to the bar. You can't go to your favorite restaurant. You can't go to work. You can't go worship. They tried that. And when that didn't convince you, then it went into bribes. Then it went into threat. The goal was to make sure you succumbed. So to Johnny's point, they checked out. They saw mandates were not the thing that worked the most. The bribes didn't work. Oh my God, the threats of livelihood worked. Oh my goodness. Now, I have to say something which is very cool to me. Kaiser Permanente does surveys of all the healthcare industry all the time. They publish them all the time. Last year in 2024, in the fall of last year, they asked 500,000 hospital workers, how many of you are up to date with COVID-19 booster shots this year? Do you guys know what the hospital workers' percentage of those that got COVID-19 boosters last year was reported?
What?
Self-reported. 17%.
Yep.
When they asked them, why is 83% of you not getting the COVID-19 booster? You know what they said? We've seen the fallout, and they obviously didn't work. Then they asked them, how many of you are up to date on your flu shots? You know what they all reported? 100% of those surveyed in healthcare workers in hospitals right now working on your behalf, only 30% of them are up to date on their flu vaccines. Do you want to know what they said? We questioned the COVID-19 vaccines. We've seen the fallout. They didn't work. We don't think flu vaccines work either. Okay, you now figured it out. So there's a looming idea that everybody trusts this mRNA tech and vaccines. No, they don't. Not even the hospital systems are convinced of it. And the hospital staff workers that you're standing in front of being serviced by, they don't trust it either. They've seen it. And the reality was very different than what you're being told in the media. Get your nicotine patches, people. It will protect you from the majority of it. It's pretty amazing.
What's sad is the nurses will be the ones to tell you to get the vaccines even though they haven't taken it. That's
exactly right.
Because their jobs are connected to it.
Their jobs are
the flu vaccine is being charged right now. I mean, Donald Trump's all over the place. I still like RFK Jr. for some things. Some things I'm still question. You know, he's the only presidential candidate that I have personal friends that are good friends with him and said he's a really good guy. People that have no reason to lie to me. You know, now they want to start questioning, you know, does the flu vaccine work? Do you have any thoughts on whether anything's going to come of that? Do you think that's just a dog and pony show? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'm really, really excited about that question. Actually, no one's ever asked me that. All right, so here we go. Flu vaccines, for their history, there's certain data points that we know from research studies in medical science. Do you know the lifetime percentage efficacy of all flu vaccines that have ever been given to Americans? Its ability to prevent the flu. Do you know what its efficacy rate is? Lifetime.
I can't imagine it's good because every time I see it reported in the news, they were like another dud for the flu vaccine, you know, so I can't imagine it's great, right?
4%.
That's even worse. I would have guessed like.
What does that mean for people that don't understand what you just said?
Good. All right. So 100 people got flu vaccines. Only 4 of you at work to prevent the flu.
Wow.
That means 96%
4 of 100
failure rate. Okay.
Not even worth going in. I mean, even if it didn't have side effects, which of course it does, it's not even worth getting in your car and going to CVS for 4%. You know what I mean? It's stupid.
And for any of you wondering where I'm getting these numbers, I'm not the only one that can show you these numbers. Go look at Dr. Paul Thomas, a pediatrician. Go look at his new book he released a couple years ago called Vax Facts, and he shows you all the research from the CDC, from the FDA, confirming they only have a 4% lifetime efficacy rate. So this is my question for all of you, even those on the screen joining this convo. Why do they tell you that every child in America has to have the flu vaccines at 6 months old and every year of their life until they die and are buried in the ground? It's the only thing you're told your whole life being born in America you have to have. If it is 96% of the time a flawed device that doesn't work.
Money.
Well, then my next question here is for you. Are you ready? All right. So I'm going to quote a document from the FDA titled Vaccine Excipient Summary. I'm not looking at it. I'm quoting it. Vaccine Excipient Summary Appendix B. Y'all should go look it up and open it. And then go run through the vaccines on that schedule, that printout from the FDA. It gives you the names of the vaccines, their generic name, their brand name, and then next to it on the right, they show you all the ingredients. How many flu vaccines are on that document, do you know, when you go to your medical doctor in New Jersey or in New Mexico and your doctor says, hey, your little Johnny 6-month-old needs a flu vaccine? Do you know how many different brands of vaccines are on that document for the flu?
How many?
9. Jeez. Do you know they're all different? And none of their ingredients are the same, like the same list. Did you know that? All right, so there's 9 different ones. Do you know which one your medical doctor carries in his office? No. Well, if you don't know, do you know what the ingredients are in there? Well, let me just tell you one. Okay. One of the 9, go look up the document from FDA.gov. They show you Flucelvax, Flucelvax. Flucelvax is the brand name of one of these 9 flu vaccines. Do you know what the first ingredient in it is?
What? Oh, no.
Medine Darby canine kidney cells. I repeat, the first ingredient in one of the flu vaccines on that document from the FDA is Medine Darby canine kidney cells. All right, let's break this down. Can anybody tell me what the word canine is? That's a Latin word meaning what?
Dog.
Dog. Does everybody know what a kidney is?
Heard of it.
Good. So this is kidneys out of a dog is what we know so far, and it's the cells. So cells from the kidneys of a dog. Do you guys know what Medine Darby is?
No.
It's a specific breed of canine. All right, so anybody want to look it up and tell me what it is? It's a very beloved breed of dog in America. Notice they didn't put what you call them. They put Medine Darby.
Cocker Spaniel.
It's a Cocker Spaniel. Okay, I'd like to ask you all, did you know that one of the 9 flu vaccines that your doctor's telling you or your nurse is telling you, you need to give little Johnny in order to go to school, the first ingredient is dog kidney cells from the Cocker Spaniel? And I'd like to ask you, what kind of infection is the flu? The flu is a lung infection. It's called a respiratory virus, people. I'd like to ask you, can you explain to me how drug makers of Flucelvax figured out that the kidney cells of a dog, not lung cells, how the kidney cells of a dog injected into you is going to help you beat a respiratory virus they call the flu?
Because that dog probably has a respiratory problem or something like that.
No one's going to be able to explain it to you. There's no even common sense, rational, scientific thought to even connect point 1, kidney cells, to beat lung infection. It doesn't work. So then I'd like to ask you, why do they put Cocker Spaniel dog cells in? Wait, hold on. Do you think your child's going to get the flu if they are Cocker Spaniel kidney cell deficient? Do you think your kids need dog cells injected inside them to beat a virus? Yeah.
No.
And if your doctor can't explain to you how that helps boost your child's immune system or your own against the flu, you might not want to take that one. All right. Did you know that 7 of the 9 flu vaccines carry an ingredient? 2 of these, by the way, 7 of 9 of them on that document, I quote, have antibiotics called neomycin and kanamycin in them. Okay.
What is that?
Now, these are antibiotics. Do you guys know what antibiotics treat? Specifically, what kind of infection?
Bacterial.
bacteria only. They only treat bacteria. So I'd like to ask you, is the flu a virus or a bacteria?
It's purportedly a virus.
It's reportedly a virus. Why do they have antibiotics in an antiviral vaccine?
It's an excellent question.
Okay, I want someone to look up what are the published known you don't have to look it up for real, but look it up at home. Look up what are the published serious side effects of neomycin and kanamycin in a human. And you will see that they
Johnny, can you spell that?
Well, he said we don't actually have to look it up.
Neomycin or kanamycin, Kanamycin. That's how you spell it. If you go look them up, they're both published to be known to cause respiratory arrest and heart failure. Okay. SIDS, anybody? SIDS, anybody?
Oh my
SIDS,
God.
Anybody?
Sudden, what is it? What's SIDS? What is
Sudden infant death syndrome.
Yeah.
Sudden infant death syndrome. Oh, did y'all know that every sudden infant death syndrome, 98% of all the kids that have ever died in their beds at night, 90+% of them died within 48 hours of a childhood vaccine, but they say out loud, correlation does not equal causation. Just because it happened right afterwards doesn't mean that's what it was.
Yeah.
90% of the time, man, your kids are dead in the bed when you wake them up in the morning. We try to wake them up, and it was within 90% of them are 48 hours within a vaccine for your child.
I have a weird kind of quote. Let's say this vaccine cures 4% of 100 people, right? Or four out of 100. How do they get to that conclusion anyways? Like combining these cells of a dog make it even there? How do we get there is what I kind of want to know.
Yeah, I had to look it up, actually. I wanted to know, why did they choose Cocker Spaniel kidney cells of all cells in the world? Why did you put that in here? Do you know what it actually says? You can look it up. This is when it gets fun. Wikipedia, which I do not trust, look up what they say about canine kidney cells. So you can look that up. They'll actually tell you why it's being used in these vaccines. They tell you.
It's faster and cheaper than the chicken eggs I used to use, right?
They actually say they have determined that Cocker Spaniel kidney cells are the easiest cells in nature to infect with the flu virus.
Yeah.
What?
Wait. You're injecting the cells from nature that you say are the most easily infected by the flu you're telling your patients is designed to prevent. Okay. If this isn't asinine to you, I don't know what it is. One other warning, by the way, about neomycin and kanamycin that's in 7 of the 9 flu vaccines. Everyone 60 years old and older is told they need a flu vaccine every single year for the rest of your life. One very common thing that all seniors are told is a product of aging is ringing in the ears and permanent deafness that requires hearing aids and cochlear implants now. Do you know that the 2 antibiotics in the flu vaccines called neomycin and kanamycin within 48 hours is published in medical research to cause permanent ringing in your ears that literally kills the nerves in your ears that leads to permanent deafness? That then the same industry is going to sell you cochlear implants for and thousands of dollars to little bitty expensive battery-powered hearing aids. It is not a 100% at all, not even close.
Yeah, it's not even 10%. Yeah, it's crazy to me.
You are allowing them to inject you with things they know nothing about. And I'm going to speak to everybody out there. If you think medical doctors, okay, if you're in front of a medical doctor or nurse practitioner and they say you need a shot, a vaccine of any kind, this is your next response. Please, for the love of God, just say this. Even if you love them. If you love vaccines, great. I just want you to look at the person and I would say, thank you, doc, for telling me my kid needs a flu vaccine. Can you just name 3 ingredients in that vaccine and how it would benefit my kid? And watch every person who is voluntarily on their own naively telling you that this thing's good for you, you're about to realize they don't know anything about what they are trying to convince you is good for you. And you can even ask them, can you tell me what brand name of the flu vaccine you want to give my kid? They're not going to be able to tell you that either. Can you tell me what the ingredients are? Nope, couldn't tell you. And if they can't tell you what's in it and then they can't explain to you why it's beneficial for you, why would you do it?
Because even if you did your research, and let's say you did go in there for the flu shot and you wanted this brand instead of that brand, I don't think they have it on deck to just give it to you. Like, oh, okay, thank you for choosing this brand. You get the one they have, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sammy, XG, Johnny, do you know what the very first vaccine that every human being born on American soil is required to get within 24 hours of being born in a hospital?
What?
It's called the hepatitis B vaccine.
Yep. I turned that down.
Good. On the document I just referenced, the vaccine excipient summary, Appendix B, go look at it from the FDA. They show you the hepatitis B vaccines. Do you know that the hepatitis B vaccine, first ingredient is MRC-5? I would like any of you three to look up what is MRC-5, and please read the first 3 sentences on Wikipedia alone. It's enough. What is MRC-5? Then I'd like to ask every mom, every dad, every grandparent, every pediatrician, every OBGYN who says this baby born in America needs it. I would like to ask you, if the first ingredient is MRC-5 and none of you know what that means, now you're about to, and you're about to learn it right here on Sam Show. Read the first paragraph up there. Go, read it.
Is a diploid cell culture line composed of fibroblasts originally developed from the lung tissue of a 14-week-old aborted white male fetus.
Okay, how many of you believe that your child needs abortal fetal tissue from a baby?
Oh, my God.
From the lungs of a baby injected into you to help them beat the hepatitis B virus. Which, by the way, in case you guys aren't familiar, do you know how a human gets the hepatitis B virus? Oh, and notice, this is from a dead baby aborted in 1966. Do you see the date? September 1966. They've been growing this poor baby that was murdered. They've taken its lung cells and they keep growing it in petri dishes and putting it as the first ingredient in the hepatitis B vaccine that every baby in America needs.
And how do they get so much of that? I just want to ask, how do they get so much of that cells from aborted fetuses? How do they do that?
That's a great question. They feed it glucose in a petri dish, and they just keep replicating.
It's the same thing with the dog cells from earlier.
Same with the dog cells earlier.
Same old dog.
So how many of you believe that every child born in America is deficient in another murdered baby's lung cells from 1966? And how does that help them beat a sexually transmitted disease called the hepatitis B virus? Why? And how many newborns do you know are having sex with multiple partners, which is the only way you get hepatitis B?
Yeah, it's so crazy. What you're saying when you're telling them to take the Hep B is that the mother is a drug addict floozy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and people in audiences around the world will go like this, but Dr. Ardis, what if the mom has hepatitis B? Every baby should be. And I'll go like this, hold up. What would be the answer? What would be better, do you think, to figure out if maybe the baby does need a vaccine against the hepatitis B? What would be the easy test to do while mama's in the hospital? Why don't you just take a blood draw and see if she has hepatitis B?
Yeah. Then you would give it to her.
Instead, let's vaccinate 100% of all babies born in America, regardless if they're Amish, Mormon, have these sexual laws. They can't even be promiscuous. Let's just inject them all and pretend they all have it. No, you guys are crazy.
So crazy, dude. I want to ask you a final question as we wrap it up. So I walk into my bedroom. My girlfriend's watching the news. She can't stop watching MS Now. It's called MSNBC. Is both Microsoft and NBC has abandoned the channel, so it's now Miss Now. They're pushing this measles thing, and there was this famous clip where they put the Brady Bunch and Law and Order next to, and the Brady Bunch had an episode on measles, and then the Law and Order had one on it. And the Brady Bunch was like, yay, we got the measles. We get to stay home from school. We're so excited. Yay. And then they juxtaposed that against a Law and Order. And it was like a bioweapon had gone off in the apartment. They were running around, the cameras moving quickly. So it looks like it's chaotic energy. And they're like, oh my God, you got the measles. Call 911. Call 911. Like just absolute chaos. So they were on, they're on the television and they're just talking about there's a 20% rise in the measles. What are your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, the greatest marketing tool on planet Earth that they have found that moves people to act in their favor is fear. So the Brady Bunch episode did not create fear to make sure the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccines continue to be pushed on everybody that's born in America at age 18 months old to 20. That's when the MMR vaccine comes out. However, the Law and Order one sure does make the measles look really scary, which should continue to push the narrative that you should trust MMR vaccines for your children, which is, per Dr. Andy Wakefield, MD, he exposed in the late 1990s, there is an appearing gut-to-brain problem that is identical from the MMR vaccine and in autism kids. And maybe there's a direct correlation. And then, man, was he destroyed ever since.
Oh, yeah, he got
medical
murdered.
profession.
He's been on the show. He got murdered.
He's been destroyed when he said the MMR vaccine, we just need to take a look because what I see in the gut is identical to what I see in all autistic patients, and they are very similar. We should probably look at the MMR vaccine. Maybe it has a direct correlation to autism. So anyway, fear is what motivates you. They scared the crap out of you. They told you couldn't hug your loved ones.
Yeah.
Unless you got vaccine. Oh, remember, they even, after the bribery didn't work with the COVID-19 vaccines, were y'all not disgusted when they told grandparents not to hug their grandchildren because they could be asymptomatic super spreaders?
Yeah.
Be afraid of your grandkids. Be afraid of your grandma and grandpa if they're not vaccinated. Everybody should be afraid of each other. Stand 6 feet apart, blah, blah. No, all right. That's about as ridiculous as it can get. What virus do you think actually has wings that only flies 6 feet and gets exhausted and falls to the earth? Do you not think there's a breeze anywhere, no wind anywhere that captures these molecules? It only goes 6 feet and kamikazes to the earth. No, okay, come on, man. They're just making up crap.
So the one thing, and totally fits into what you're talking right now, is that during what they get you to do is accept something for someone else. Right. So once that solidifies with you that this group of people can get it, and then they slip in that your group got it, now you're kind of emotionally captured. They did that with AIDS. They're like, hey, AIDS is a gay man's disease. If you're straight, you don't have to worry about it. It's all good to go. And then once everyone believed that, they're like, oh no, a straight woman just got AIDS. Oh my God. And now they got you emotionally captured because you believe that in the virus itself. They did the exact same thing with COVID. See all these videos of Chinese people just falling down, and everyone's like, yeah, dude, this virus is out there. It's doing this crazy stuff to the Chinese, and everyone, oh, it's an Asian drug, the Kung Pao virus, right? The Wuhan virus, all that stuff. And then once you emotionally accepted that, that's only for Asians, bang, suddenly look, oh my God, a white person got it, or a black person got it, or whoever they're trying to emotionally manipulate. And which is hilarious because later on there's that, you see RFK talking about how, the COVID didn't infect Asians or Ashkenazis. So it was like, even that part was a lie. And then we never ever saw people fall down from COVID. When did we start seeing that? After they got the vaccine, the savior drug. That's when we started seeing people fall over and die. So, I mean, it's as evil as it gets. It's just crazy how bad it is. Doctor, this was absolutely an amazing episode. Mind blowing. Answered so. Oh, dude, it was pure fire, dude. Our audience is going to absolutely love this. They get it. They love it. They're very knowledgeable. And this added a lot to the discussion we've had on here about viruses. Doctor, one more time, can you tell them where they could find you?
Yeah, you can find me at the drardisshow.com. Also, we have a platform where we actually did a whole conference in October called Make Yourself Healthy Again. How to make yourself healthy again. It's called healingfortheages.com. This is the Dr. Ardis Show, where I do my weekly podcast. And if you want to subscribe there, great. There's my book. You can get it there. You can also get it on Amazon. My COVID-19, Moving Beyond COVID-19 Lies book. I only do a once a show health and wellness podcast here. But my book is actually an Amazon bestseller still since last August. And it's in Spanish now, French version now. It's #1 in vaccine category, and it's in Audible. And it's about to come out in Polish because everyone around the world was lied to. And this has been a godsend to many, many people to help understand why their symptoms continue to linger. In fact, let's just leave it with this. The term long COVID. Have you ever heard the term long flu or long common cold or long HIV? Have you ever heard that? No, never have you heard that. Only related to COVID. You should read the book. And our government just published in 2024 a document. It's chapter 14. I show you the document. It's titled Long-Term Health Effects of COVID. And they summarize 200 long-term side effects that if you had a mild case of COVID, you're going to have for the next 10 years, they say. 10 years. Which 10 years from 2024 would be a total of 14 years from the beginning of COVID, 2020 to 2034. 14 years. Do you know what else is astonishing about this long COVID narrative that they say another 10 years of suffering is going to take place since 2024? Do you know that medical research, medical science has published for 100 years that if a human gets bit by a snake, stung by a scorpion, bit by a spider, and their life is threatened and they get antivenom, and you save their life with antivenom, do you know that medical research and science says that the venom, even though the antivenom saved their life, the venom that was introduced in their body cannot be removed from the body and will wreak havoc on all organs in their body, leading to all kinds of symptoms for an average of 12.7 years.
Oh my God.
So if you want to make sense of why it is you now have myocarditis, brain fog, did you know long COVID is now PTSD, schizophrenia are now long COVID diagnosable diseases? And did you know those are side effects published about venom? If you look at page 104 in my book, I show you all the venoms found in every COVID-19 patient and what they do in the human body. And now your symptoms will start making sense. Chapter 15 is all the natural antidotes to all of those 36 different venoms and all the crap that it causes in the body for 10 to 14 years, on average 12.7 years. That's my goal. The subtitle of the book is Restoring Hope and Health for Humanity. There is an answer to your suffering. There's a reason why you've never had these symptoms with any other respiratory virus ever. You never had 36 different venoms introduced into your environment that got into your body that caused you to be this sick for this long. And you don't need to be that sick this long.
God, well, absolutely fire episode.
Y'all are fire. I enjoyed hanging out with y'all.
Hey man, I've been wanting to do this episode for a while. Glad we can make it happen. I'm very thankful that who hooked us up with this. Hold on. Who hooked us up? I forget. It was Justin Frandison hooked us up with this. I'm very appreciative of him and his EMF blockers. Yep. So thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. If you ever have anything else you want to talk about, open door policy, my friends. So thanks for coming on.
Ready? Watch this. One last thing and then we're out. Did y'all all hear about the 5G towers that went up during COVID, the first year of COVID?
Yep.
Every 25-mile radius in America had to be a 5G tower. In 2020, it was called Operation Telecommunications, signed the same day as Operation Warp Speed by President Trump. Do you know, if you go look it up, do you know there's only 2 species of animal on Earth whose DNA is not damaged by 5G radiation?
Who is it?
Snakes.
Oh, my God.
And Russian boar are the only 2. And did you know they've done research and confirmed that when snake venom hits a cell of a mammal, it changes what's called the voltage potential and allows 5G radiation to penetrate the cell easier to cause damage to their DNA, leading to death of the cell? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I'm Dr. Ardis. You guys are awesome. I can't wait to the next show. God bless you.
All right, let's break down the episode. Oh, my God. That was fire.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know what was better, Dr. Bryan or XG's questions, which were just on point. Unbelievable. Just going,
Dude.
Kobe.
Dude, that was week on. I don't care what anyone says. That was week on.
Dude, you were crushing that.
That was amazing. He came in so hot. That was mind blowing.
That answered so many questions for me. Holy shit, dude. And you just go, how dark is it? How dark is it?
Well, that's
It's
the risk.
so dark.
Getting so bummed out by everything that you're paralyzed. You know, you don't want to.
Well,
It is.
I
sad.
had this
I mean,
conversation
sad
with a good friend of mine about how he's just starting to go crazy. And I'm like, well, that's what they want. They want you to go crazy. The key is to be able to detach from social media, the news, and all that stuff, while simultaneously understanding their playbook and what their game is. So if you know that anything they introduce is got venom or whatever the psyop is, you know not to fall for it. That's key. Like, did I tell you guys that someone came to my show in Minneapolis and was like, I just need you to know that 60 of my family members didn't get vaccinated because of your show.
60?
And I was like, oh, 60.
They have 60. I don't even know 60 people, much less family members.
Well, you got to get out of the house more, Johnny. You only
No, but
leave.
do you have 60 family members? I don't have 60. I'm just impressed by the number of people they have in their
Well,
family.
I mean, some people's families spread out all over, and then some people just stay and just hump like rabbits.
I mean, I'm not. I'm just. I mean, being silly. I mean, like, that's just a lot of people to have in your family. Wow.
Why are you being silly, dog?
I mean, Sam's been there. Huh? There's been like a family of at least 10 people show up to the show, and that's to the show. So I can't imagine the ones that were at work. So I'm guessing.
Yeah, this guy brought. Yeah, there were huge groups of people. One guy brought his family and his 19-year-old daughter. She did not enjoy the show, and I felt so bad because they loved it. They've seen me 3 times, and just this young chick just mean mugging me the whole time. I'm like, what are we doing here? I'm a human being. Enjoy me. And it's like the older people are laughing, young people are like offended. I'm like, I'm sorry, not Matt Rife. I'm sorry I don't have nice ankles. Blame my parents. It's their fault, you know? Guys, if you go to samtripoli.com, you can see my dates. I'm going to be in Minneapolis for New Year's. Then, of course,
Morris, not. You said Minneapolis, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to be in Minneapolis. My apologies, Johnny. Good catch. New Year's Eve in Morris Plains, New Jersey at the Dojo of Comedy. And then I will be back in Jersey, bang, bang, for the inaugural World War debate. Contracts were signed today. We have basically, as of right now, it looks like 2 debates. We're working on our 3rd one, and we should be ready to rock.
Nice.
I mean, this is Herculean what we're doing right now. Herculean. I mean, creating something this big on the go first time is crazy. Most of these things start in tiny rooms and then they grow. This thing is we're going big right out the gate. Big bucks, no whammies. Let's go. Okay, guys, real quick, go to Chaos Twins. Just go to chaostwins.com or click the banner at samtripoli.com. Second issue is almost done, finishing up now. And, dude, we're going to love it, dude. You're going to love it. I'm so proud of it. It's a great way to teach kids about how the real world works while having innocent fun. You don't have to worry about anything crazy in there. That's my big thing. If you go to samtripoli.com, all my videos are there. Everything. If you go to like all these other channels, they load it with ads. You only get our ads in it. Premium content. I'll put my premium content up against anybody ever. I mean, we are doing deep dives with some of the best people to talk about. Kurt Metzger, Austin Picard, Brad Binkley, just killers in the field, okay? So go check that out. Plus Deep Conspiracy Rewinds. We watch the best videos of the week and break them down together. Go to Cash Daddies. Go up. Cash Daddies. There we go. Maybe find it sometime. There we go. Johnny, talk about Cash Daddies, how well it's doing.
Yeah, Cash Daddy is killing it. It has been a great year overall. How he's been, he's. I mean, you know, it's what you get for what you pay. It's $20 a month. It's just unbelievable because
most of these cost hundreds of dollars that people do this. Yep. We're only charging you 20.
And good friend of the show, Isaac Weisp, is over there. So we, you know, it's trusted by people who are smart. That's what I'm saying.
Smart people love us.
Yeah. Well, they love Howie. I don't know about
They love Howie. I don't know what they feel about me.
Yeah, me and you. I don't know. But Howie.
You go back to samtripoli.com. Here we go. Keep going down. All of our affiliates. Oh, yeah. Go to t-shirts, dude. I mean, this is fire t-shirt day. Dude, we got all the classics are there. Keep going down. Sob season, no days off. Common Sense is the new punk rock. And dude, I sold out of all the new secret shirts. I gotta start bringing way more of those. Disobeys.
Everybody loves them.
There's 2 secret shirts. You got the older one that is a classic. You got the new one, instant classic. Okay, and then I got brand new shirts about to go up called Tinfoil Hat, the most trusted name in news. And then on the back, yeah, because people coming up to me going, I get my news from you. I go, well, then you know what's going on. Okay. I'll go back to samtripoli.com. That t-shirt should be up soon. Buy gold and silver. We love it. Mineral King. What is going on with that domain? Is it not working? Go.
Hit him up.
Oh, wow. Okay. I got to tell him that it wasn't working. Mineral King, Pat Miltich, helping the people, fixing your soil, giving you stuff to get rid of parasites. We can't recommend it enough. Obviously, Harley Ray, we love them. Best website, candles, crystals, sage, AquaCure, hydrogen brown gas. And then, we got to give a shout out to EMF Rocks. My boy came on here. He recommended him, and Justin recommended it, and we got to give him a shout out. His Faraday bags, all that stuff to stop dirty electricity. Listen, you can tell the difference in your sleep when you have your phone near you and when you don't have your phone near you. It's not good, okay? So get grounded and support guys who help us get guests on the show. And then finally, Chemical Free Body, took it today. Feel good, feel right, love it. Just got all of my nutrients, everything I need, my vitamins, everything I get from them. I can't recommend enough. I had it today. We'll have it again. Can't get enough. I love it. Their energy supplement is my favorite thing to take. Johnny, got anything you want to push?
Broken Sam is out. It's a funny episode. We Sam loads us with some gossip, some inside comedy gossip about Bill Burr and Mark Maron. I won't spoil it, but it's really juicy. And then we look at the wonderful collection of new Epstein photos.
Yeah, we love it. XG, do you have anything you'd like them to know?
Hit the like button, subscribe, and go to Extreme Marks Spot on YouTube and go hit that like button. We've been doing really good with numbers over there, so go hit the like button, please.
Yeah, what's the YouTube? YouTube.com.
YouTube, Tinfoil Hat Official. Tinfoil Hat Official. We drop videos over there without any cuss words. YouTube approved, but you get it on your big screen at home.
And they're already censoring us over there as well. So please fight the
Broken
algorithm.
Simulation, the 110th most popular comedy podcast.
Whoa, 110? We're almost in the hundos, dog. We're almost in the hundos. Love it. All right, guys. So let's finish it up. I thought it was amazing. I mean, I wanted to have Dr. Bryan on ever since he did that video, and he did not disappoint. That was one of my favorite episodes. I know I've been saying that a lot lately. That's my favorite episode. That's my favorite episode. But I had people come up to me in Minneapolis like, dude, the show is just fire. I know, dude.
It's been really good. Yeah, it has. This was a good year for this show, for sure.
This was a good year, dude. We only got a couple left. We got two more. We got the year-end wrap-up. And then we got the final episode that we just recorded that will be going out on Wednesday. And that will be the final episode of 2025. And we're like 48. By the time we're done with the year, we will be 45 episodes away from the big 1,000th. Hopefully we'll be able to plan that out and we can all meet up and celebrate together with the Swarm. I love you, Swarm. Without you, we'd just be talking to ourselves, and I couldn't take care of my family without you. And I'm so thankful that you accept me, flaws and all. And some of you love me for my podcast. Some of you love my stand-up. Some of you love my podcast but hate my stand-up. But the fact that you like anything I do means a lot to me. And I don't know where I'd be without you. I probably wouldn't be here anymore, both literally and figuratively. So thank you all. Enjoy the highlights.
Here's a clip from the latest Broken Sim.
Right? Like, I'm tired of walking around and watching dudes smoke meth at the bus stop.
Well, I mean, chief among them is Andy Dick, who...
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy, this guy. I'll play first where he is found on the street, overdose.
Whoever molested Andy Dick, I hope you're happy.
Yeah, you really did a number on that poor fella.
Oh
okay, so this is Andy Dick on the street.
Andy, are you okay, buddy? Is he okay? Hey. Andy.
What are you doing? Why are you
Andy,
acting like you're the savior?
Hey, wake up. What the dude?
I want to call the ambulance.
Call an ambulance right now.
Well, he set the camera down in a great spot there.
Exactly. And he looked
checks
back
it.
to make sure
Yeah.
it was filming him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look, he just pissed himself.
No, it's that beer. I thought that too, but it's that beer that got turned over.
Hey, man, I feel for him.
So then he comes out the next day and has a pretty strong. You would think it would be hard to defend that, but his explanation of it is it's kind of funny too.
Does that shows explanation?
Yeah, it's because he's friends with all those guys.
Apparently. Yesterday. Okay, I have a couple questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by every? What is everything?
Since you know the video that came out.
What happened?
That's what I wanted to ask you. You know, are you okay?
Doesn't it look like I'm 100% fine? 110%.
Now I know you two were there.
So gay.
You know, are you guys able to tell us anything?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, what can you guys tell us?
I mean, we were going out to hang out with Andy. Adam had a whole entire day planned. And he got away. He got away from us for a few minutes. He did something that messed him up, and I had to run into some Narcan. But it was a group effort of all of our friends that saved him.
There was a guy that was my age and I felt for him. He has kids. Did you know that part? He has kids, and he was depressed, and he was on the sidewalk. And I'm like, I'll sit with you. And then he whipped out, I'm sorry, but crack. And I'm like, you know what? I might need a little bit of that. I wanted to see what he was doing. And also, I don't mind doing a little crack every now and then. But in this case, no, it was.
And when he went out, I grabbed his hand and I said, and I'm like, if you can hear me, grab my hand. He didn't grab my hand. I said, think of your grandbabies. He has 2 grandbabies. And he grabbed my hand and held it like he squeezed.
Imagine if your
I just want to say
was
something for the
Andy
record
Dick.
is that I had been live streaming that day. We were going on an outing. And the only reason why I live streamed that happening to Andy is because I wanted a record of what was going on, because that doesn't usually happen.
Because everybody's getting down on him to record. But I get mad at him if he's not recording.
So you didn't know this guy. You just met him yesterday?
Who?
The guy that you were with.
Oh, he was on the street.
Okay.
So was I. I ran away from these fools who are my real friends.
Mm-hmm.
That was stupid of me. And then I just met this guy who was my age. I'm like, and he had kids, and he was going through shit. He was smoking something on tinfoil. I'm like, I know what that is. I'm like, I said, just give me some.
There's so much there. Okay, one, I love this idea that Andy Dick just like slips off. He's just constantly giving his friends the slip. I mean, we've known people like that. We know people like that who you kind of have to keep your eye on, or they're just gone.
Yeah, we know people like that.
Yeah.
We know people like that. You cannot help somebody that doesn't want to get sober. And I don't know what he's dealing with. I probably do. He probably got molested and he can't come to grips with it. And it's just haunting him forever. And it's just one of those things where it's like, if he wasn't Andy Dick, no one would care. Because if you don't want to save yourself, and like the most of the people who are in that position are kids from foster care, and they just can't deal with the pain of their life. And Andy Dick has been given everything 1,000 times, and he just keeps burning it all to the ground. And it sucks. And there's so many people that just tried coke for the first time and they lost their lives. And this guy is like indestructible. You can't kill this guy, And
No,
it's
dude.
just like
he's like Keith Richards. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just sucks because if he got sober, he would be in 1 million shows and everyone would be helping him.
Oh, dude, you can tell there in that state after having just overdosed, he's sharp and funny. He's so quick.
Well, I did a movie. I did a movie when I was a little younger, and it was called Live New Girls, and Andy Dick was in it. And I can't believe you guys are bringing Andy Dick in. It's going to be a train wreck. And sure as shit, it was a train wreck.
Really?
The girls who were playing the strippers stole the show, and they were way funnier than he was.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's been on his path for 1,000 years, dude. And everyone just keeps running to save him. And I get it because you don't want him to die, but he's got to want to save himself, dude.
Yeah, which you saw maybe a path there with the grandchildren thing. You could tell that actually affected him.
You're somebody's grandpa, dude. You don't want your grandpa to be a crackhead.
Yeah. The other interesting thing is the guy said that he administered Narcan, but Andy Diggs said he was doing crack. Narcan is, the opioid reversal.
There's no way that was crack. There's no way that was crack.
I might thought maybe fentanyl laced, something laced with fentanyl possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I mean, it's all laced with it, but it's just like when you're on crack, you're just doing laps, dude. You're just power walking everywhere.
Yeah, it could have been 8, maybe, like something like that.
It's just.
Oh yeah, this person is saying that. You're exactly right. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, he said he administered Narcan, but it's it doesn't make sense if it was an upper that he took.
That guy did not look like he was on crack.
No. He looked like he was on crack in the second video. Yeah, that was the video where he looked like he was on crack. Okay, a few other stories here. It's been a really crazy week. Candace Owens now is under fire from all directions. Matt Walsh has done a video now encouraging her
Matt Walsh making videos on everybody.
Yeah, encouraging her to to kind of stop going after Erica Kirk.
It has become all the more clear to me, Sens, as I've gotten to know her more, that this is somebody with an immense amount of strength and courage.
Talking about Erica Kirk.
So when people look at Erica and say she's acting strange, I've never seen a grieving person act this way.
If you'd like to hear the rest of this episode, subscribe to Broken Simulation in your podcasting app or check us out at youtube.com/Sam Tripoli.
We got a funny Christmassy episode here for you guys right off the bat. I showed Chili my cousin who gets down at every family party. That's him getting down right there. That homie gets down. And we also review this video you guys sent us of this bear in the middle of Big Bear, roaming the streets of Big Bear. And for some reason, the homie right here thinks he can go say what's up to the bear. And we haven't forgot about the rapper, David the rapper, and the missing girl from LA, from Lake Elsinore. We haven't forgot. We're going deep down the rabbit hole again. For some reason, he's got an incinerator, something to burn things that gets to up to 13,000 degrees. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We'll see you guys in a bit. Welcome back to the #1 podcast in the world. It's your boy XG Marks the Spot, and like always, I got my #1 producer / graphic designer, Chili Millie. What's up, guys? We got a.
It's still going.
People still laughing at my shit?
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
funny, huh? I'm funny as fuck, huh?
I stopped. You can go.
Hit that like button, subscribe, guys. We got a Merry fucking Christmas episode here for you guys. I really don't know what that even means. I'm just wearing a hat. Shout out to CVS. I still got the tag on. We were turning this shit. Chili always says that I keep the tag on, but for real though.
On the beanies.
Dog, because I got used to that. Back when on my super poor days, I used to return shit.
Just buying or returning it?
Buy and return. People invite me to the club and I wanted a new jacket, new whatever. I'd buy it, make sure I wouldn't wear white.
You're not doing the goggles?
The goggles?
I thought you were going to do you just went snowboarding and stuff.
I know, but
I thought you were going to be all festive.
I am festive.
Are those the Oakleys?
That's for later. I have an idea for later.
Oh my bad.
But yeah, I'm fucking very Christmassy fucking spirit, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever return Christmas presents?
No, actually, no. I don't know. I don't really get a lot of gifts anymore lately. Now that I'm an adult, like who my parents don't give me gifts. I mean,
no, it's not really a boy thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I miss it. To be honest with you, I miss gifts. Gifts used to be cool.
Is it because your birthday's so close to?
Yeah. My girlfriends usually just make it.
That sucks, you.
Yeah, it's literally a month away.
Or Valentine's Day. There's Christmas.
Yeah. It's Christmas. It's literally Christmas, my birthday, Valentine's Day, and I have to participate in all of them and shit.
For you.
Yeah. It's some fucking bullshit. But it's not as bad as E-Zone's.
Yeah.
E-Zone's birthday sucks. I love that fool, but your birthday on New Year's ain't no one trying to do anything, and anyone who's doing anything probably already has plans.
But at least there's something he can do.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always like something he can go to.
That
New
is
Year's
true.
party or something.
Yeah, you just have to
make all the attention about you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Anywhere I went, I would just be like, "Hey guys, by the way, I know it's New Year's, but it's also my birthday. So can you throw Happy New Year's and Izon's birthday?" Burr, 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 burr.
I should have done the noise.
I know. Oh fuck. But
snowboarding.
Snowboarding is cool.
Yeah.
Chill. There was no fucking snow. No
Yeah.
fucking snow. Tahoe was lame. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of so fucking stupid because, and if anybody would have told me you want to drive up 10 hours to watch a music festival, I would have told you fuck no. And that's exactly what the fuck I did.
Yeah. I mean, you thought it was gonna snow. A rave in the snow is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, we stopped by Mammoth on Thursday, which was obviously was the cherry on the top, is all I kind of wanted. But at the end of the day, it was lame. Everybody was there. It was cold as fuck. Diesel, dude, probably one of my favorite DJs.
Diesel?
Yeah, that motherfucker puts it down. You can
Shaq?
see that. Yeah, you can see that motherfucker from all the way in the back. He's a fucking
he's a
huge ass motherfucker.
Let me see a fucking circle pit. Let me see the biggest fucking circle pit. You want me to come out there? Circle pit. Open up the fucking pit. Open up the pit. I want to see everybody go round and round. Multiple circle pits. Open it up bigger than that. Bigger than that. I want to see everybody go round and round. Tornado time. Round and round. Round and round. Please evacuate. Open tornado time.
He's down to fucking join the mosh
Yeah, I
pits.
was gonna
He don't.
say.
Yeah. He puts it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point, people were like really like, oh, what's it? Like mosh pitting it.
Yeah.
All you hear him yell out is like, security, leave him alone, leave him alone. Big old dark ass voice. And then at one point he's like, if the fucking mosh pits gets crazy enough, I'll jump in. And it got. I mean,
He always goes in.
Yeah, it didn't get too crazy, but and then the funniest thing is he's like, you guys can break the rail. I pay for this shit.
That's so
And
sick.
they were like headbanging on the rail, and I was just
Yeah.
like, and you know me, I love when people just fucking put it down like that.
Yeah, he's dope. I saw him in LA one time, and that shit was sick.
Yeah, I thought it was all hype, kind of like Paris Hilton.
Yeah,
you know,
nah.
like one of those DJs is just.
He's kind of old too to be doing it, but
Yeah, do you know why he DJs, right?
well, yeah. Why? I don't know why.
Well, I mean, it was one of those fucking YouTube documentaries, so I can't even say this is facts. But it stated that he was dating some young chick right after his divorce. Dating some young chick. They go to a music festival. He obviously gets put backstage because it's fucking Shaq. He somehow ends up behind the DJ, and he's like, whoa. This is reminding me of the playoffs. Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, because you
Okay.
missed that. Like as a basketball player, as a soccer player, you miss those moments in time when people were cheering your name and you're like, dude, how do I get that again? I'm old. Like, I'm not playing ball. No one's going to watch me play ball anymore. So he ended up just being like, how do I recreate that? That nostalgic feeling, how do I get that back again? And he got into DJing and he fucking puts it down. Like, I thought it was all hype. I'm like, you guys just trying to sell tickets. Nah, this motherfucker earned it.
I went to a concert 5 years ago, Tomorrow World. I saw 500,000 people, no cops, no fights, just jamming. And it gave me something that I've been missing since I retired. It gave me that adrenaline boost. They put me in the celebrity DJ category because all the celebrity DJs are terrible. And then finally I said, hey, give me one chance to rock a crowd, 100,000. If I don't do well, fire me and I'll never do it again. So I did Lost Lands about 3 years ago, killed it. And I did Lollapalooza last year.
No, I've seen him in
Yeah.
videos and stuff, and then yeah, he's cool as dope.
No, he's
dope.
fucking-
But it's crazy because he's so old, and then he does that shit.
How old do you think he is? I looked it up.
Fuck, I don't know. He has to be like 56.
52.
52.
53.
Damn.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's old, dude.
Yeah. Hey, and I know this is not popular opinion, but I don't give a fuck.
Paris?
He's better than fucking Kobe.
Oh,
Kobe never made people move like that. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. At the end of the day, I was like, yo, yep. Because I used to be the one who was like, oh yeah, Kobe's better than Shaq. At this point, I take Shaq
Just
over
because he
Kobe.
could DJ?
Bro.
You didn't even give Kobe a
Dude,
chance.
if I had to pick one, like
DJ.
if I'm picking, like let's say I'm like, you know how when you're little kids and you pick like, oh, I go first and then you pick. And I had to pick between Kobe and Shaq. Yeah. Picking fucking Shaq. If we lose, at least he can DJ.
True. At least
He
he's
can bring the
fun.
party back to life. I don't know.
I can
Yeah, he
see
was
it.
cool.
You can get you backstage.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's cool. That's all. Who else was there? How many days is it?
Zed's dead. It was 3 days. Zed's dead. Shaq. Paul Robinson was fucking whack.
Yeah.
Who fucking ends their fucking Saturday night set with the new song?
Yeah. So everyone was just there.
Yeah, but
Well, you don't even remember, do you?
no, of course I remember. I wasn't that fucked up.
I know you guys weren't that fucked up. I was surprised. You guys are all sending me fucking reels. You and Fed. I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Nah, it got wild. That one, I was like, what the fuck's going on in this apartment?
That's so funny.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was fun.
You look cold.
It was cold as shit. 28 degrees one of those nights.
Jesus.
Yeah, out there trying to fucking hold the tall can.
That's crazy. Girls.
You know, Jen's got me holding 2 tall cans.
Were girls still half naked?
Huh? Nah.
No, nobody.
Everybody. I mean, that's one thing I did like is like everybody's outfits were pretty dope. A lot of people had those big, those big ass outfits.
Yeah.
A lot of people had those.
I would have worn a onesie.
Yeah, everybody was onesies. It was fun.
The fuck?
Yeah, but definitely went and drove 10 hours just for that. So it was kind of lame that there was no snow, but
that's crazy.
What's crazy is they're literally getting snow right the fuck now.
I know it's supposed to rain next
right
week
now
or this week for Christmas.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
I know Christmas is really down the street.
You guys like pretty much went to a Christmas rave. You guys like went to a Christmas rave.
Yeah.
Technically.
Remember?
No one dressed as Santa.
One. It's funny because I did see one guy and I thought there'd be more.
Yeah.
I thought there'd be a bunch of Santas, a bunch of Grinches.
Grinch would have been sick.
Yeah.
That would have been dope.
Yeah.
Damn, you should have done that.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to go to a Christmas party.
Really?
Like a Mexican Christmas party.
Maybe. Did you see it? I thought you were looking at the reel that.
No, I want to go to a Mexican Christmas party, like, because it's. I live on my own now. I used to go back when I lived in the IE. You would always get invited.
You're white now. You can't go to no Christmas parties. You're white.
Yeah, also that too. I date a bunch of white girls, so we fucking celebrate Christmas. The 25th. Come over on the 25th, bitch. I'm hungover already by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want to do like mimosas and go. Dude, do you know why people go to the movies?
Why?
On the 25th.
Why? I thought because they don't have nothing else to do.
That's why. I didn't know people went to the movies.
Yeah, they go.
Yeah.
I know. I thought that was weird too. Yeah, I know. But I was like, why would we
Yeah, it's like a normal thing. The movies are packed on the 25th. White people go there.
I don't know why.
Yeah, they open their fucking gifts and like, what do we do
me.
now? Let's go to the movies.
Yeah.
They go to the movies while Mexicans just hung over as shit at their house eating fucking
never
leftovers.
Understood that one.
Yeah,
that one's so weird to me.
I don't even want to go to the movies. My parents bought me a toy. I want to play with the toy at home.
It's like supposed to be another Thanksgiving.
Hmm?
Like Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving, you eat a whole bunch of food. That's what I thought. Like that's what Christmas is too. You get 2 Thanksgiving meals. Yeah. So like, why would you want to go to the movies all nasty and shit? Yeah. I don't know. Or not be like fucked up. Yeah. I don't know.
White people.
You're not doing Christmas Eve? You have a
I'm going to but my mom, my family's small now, dude. My mom, my dad are in Mexico. No, my mom, my dad, and my dad and my sister are in Mexico. They left me.
Oh,
they're throwing it down. Yeah, they're putting it down.
Oh yeah, you can't go.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah, that's where my sister's my dad's gonna be in some place like that.
That's what I was thinking
about.
That
looks like fun, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know. Have you seen this yet?
Hmm?
You did.
Yeah, I sent this shit to Sam. Sam said the downs are rising, and he's calling it.
I mean,
dude,
it's so funny.
See, dude?
Same?
What?
If it's Spanish?
Yeah, sometimes like that jacket's fire. First of all, let's start off with that jacket. You scoped out?
We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Tinfoil hack, tinfoil hack, tinfoil.